I don't care if you've been solo leveling all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, with all the danks of dang shit. On my left, your boy Blue.
Monster! No, I can't think of anything.
Good shit, good shit. I think we have Old Ninja that came back. Hopefully he can hear us and we can hear him.
I can hear y'all. I can hear y'all.
Yep, we can hear you. Go ahead. Intro.
Yeah, I lost my intro, but I guess turn the TV off.
Turn the TV off. All right. Last but not least, Kronos.
How many times did I tell on this podcast that Elon Musk is a piece of shit? How many times? All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5.
Yeah. Do you believe me now? Do you believe me now?
Wait, hold on.
That should be the intro of the podcast.
Project, how you at the beach? How'd you get to the beach?
Look,
How?
you ain't got to worry about it. You know what I mean? There's dinosaurs on this beach. Don't worry.
I guess. Oh, yeah, you can have Scar to save you. I guess.
Dude, whenever I use a fancy background line, I guess my head is shaped weird because it does like some weird stuff in the background. Like it just does. It never works out for me. It makes my head look like it's, I guess, I don't know, warped or some shit. Let me see.
You look like Megamind.
Yeah, basically.
God damn.
I mean, I'm doing the podcast live from Coruscant, so I guess.
Yeah.
You in Night City? Don't lie.
No, it's Coruscant. It's nighttime in Coruscant. Sun's not. The artificial sun isn't it?
You in Night City 2077.
Night City has a different background. You don't know. You don't know.
Actually, this does a pretty good job. I don't have that warped head
Not bad.
syndrome. No, even with headphones on.
So you got a fireplace in the background?
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with my Chinese spy.
I got Jedi in the background. How about you?
All right.
Look.
All right. As with tradition, first in the chat would be my lovely oldest daughter, Lily. Good to see you. Papa Bear is in there as well. Huh?
All right. On.
I was gonna say that's your only oldest daughter.
Yeah. Once you have more than 2 kids, you got to be really specific on how you talk about them. You got to say, you're my favorite oldest daughter.
That's awesome. And watch her hit back like you're my favorite dad.
Yeah,
that's very specific.
You're my favorite biological dad is what she would say.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
right.
That's the shoot back. All right, and listener of the week would be Ryan. Thank you very much for listening. We appreciate it.
Why is
good shit. Old Ninja, you pouring out anything frothy and urban?
Yeah, so these are super developing early.
Yeah.
These are ones that I just figured out today. So one I figured out today. I didn't know if it was real, so I had to kind of do a little research, but I didn't do any notes or nothing. So I'm winging both of these. One of them just happened within the last hour, and I wasn't home, and the other one happened, and I wasn't sure if it was fake news or whatnot. But also, this person may not be well known across the country, but I'm gonna do it anyway. RIP to Dennis Richmond. He was a famous Bay Area TV anchor. Even though a lot of you have probably seen him before, he's in like a bunch of movies. So if movies were set in the Bay Area and they needed a TV anchor in the background, the guy in the back was 85 to 90% time it was Dennis Richmond. Like he's in movies like True Crime with Clint Eastwood, Copycat with Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter, and The Net, because The Net starts off in San Francisco. He's in the background of all those movies. The thing was, he retired in 2008. The thing was, when he retired, it was in the middle of the Me Too movement, and I thought he was getting pushed out. So I had to look out.
Wait, hold up. Me Too wasn't 08?
No, it was in the middle. Pay attention. In the middle of it. It wasn't at the beginning. It wasn't at the end. It was during Me Too. Anyway, I thought he was being pushed out.
Me Too wasn't 08 though, bro. That math ain't mathing.
No, not at all.
I didn't say it was the start. I said it's during Me Too.
But 08 is before, like long before.
I don't know about long before, but so
yes, it was long before.
So hold on, what do y'all define as the beginning of Me Too? Y'all gonna say the wine scene?
So, I mean, again, I'm not looking it up like right while we're on the air, but I would have thought Me Too began somewhere in the ballpark of 2016, 2017, somewhere in there. Maybe 2018.
Yeah, it says that
way later.
I guess 2017. That's when the hashtag started trending.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. But for me,
I'll give you that. All right.
Well, I would say but I would say the Me Too movement started with Kesha's Kesha's lawsuit against Mutt Lange. So that for me, that was like the major start because she couldn't talk about the case, and her case was about sexual misconduct, and she couldn't make music and do shit about it. And she was taking on one of the big things. That was for me. I mean, y'all can say what you want.
No, because there's been plenty of sexual assault allegations against dudes from women dating back fucking in perpetuity.
Yep.
But it didn't blow up until the Me Too movement, which is like almost a decade later.
And it was about sorry, I know we're going off a tangent, but it was about like that hashtag catching viral ass fire with millions of people.
And it started with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
So I would say
it's
before Weinstein, but still. Anyway.
It's not. You are wrong.
Okay, sure. But anyway, when he retired, I thought he was being pushed out. But he was what I didn't know is he'd been
health issues.
I guess he retired on his birthday. He was 65 when he retired. So I thought he, I guess because black don't crack and a lot of makeup, he was like younger than he was. But he'd been anchoring in the Bay Area for 31 years. He's originally not from the Bay.
Damn.
He's from Ohio. But in the Bay, when he lived here in the Bay, he was actively involved in community outreach programs and like community programs in general, specifically in Alameda County.
Yep.
So,
at least he didn't go out like what's that guy's name? Frank Somerville.
Yeah. That's a whole nother thing. Anyway, but yeah, Frank Somerville had been reporting in the Bay. He's been in big Hollywood movies, and he retired in 2008. Passed away today at the age of 81. So
I remember Dennis Richmond looking like he could still like play football or whoop your fucking ass while he was giving the news, and I'm like, who's this swole ass dude who's old but also giving the news and looking like he could do some damage to somebody?
He was like that uncle that you were afraid of, like you just knew he would bust out his belt or something.
Yeah.
And let us not forget, he had the helmet, the Afro helmet hair his entire career.
Sure did.
And that gap between his teeth too, that was like his signature look.
And the mustache.
Well, I think for most people, especially in the Bay, he had that R&B kind of tone. Like it wasn't super baritone, but it was a nice little like tenor that everyone recognized. So everybody, when he spoke, you knew who the fuck it was.
Yeah.
So it was a thing, and him being in like big Hollywood movies, especially like almost everything fucking Clint Eastwood did, and there's a newscaster. It was Dennis Richmond in the back. So not even Julie Hayner and Elaine Corral or whatnot, and all those other women. It was always him. Sometimes there's someone else, but it's like predominantly him. So
it's kind of sad that Wikipedia doesn't list any of the movies he's been in.
No, it doesn't.
It's very small.
So here's the thing that gets me though. He's one of because they're anchor people across the nation, and he's one that has a pretty, I don't want to say extensive, but a pretty filled out Wikipedia page. So
nice.
Kudos to that. But kudos to him, Bay Area staple. Those of you who live outside of California, especially the Bay, you may or may not have any idea who he is, but he was a big name, big time. Kudos to you and your outreach and your service to the Bay, even though you're not originally from the Bay. There you go.
Sure, was that the only one?
No. So an hour ago, we just got confirmation that Irv Gotti passed away. So earlier today, Irv Gotti, born Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr., he had a stroke. So he was in an unresponsive vegetative state for a few hours, and not about an hour ago, he didn't know if he was disconnected from his life monitoring machines or anything like that. If he passed away due to his stroke, obviously, but yeah, his career is like colorful, I guess. I mean, he's one of the co-founders of Murder Inc. Records, which he worked with Ja Rule, Lloyd, Ashanti, Jennifer Lopez. He's the one who signed DMX and produced his first album. He worked with DMX, Jay-Z, Kanye West, Fat Joe, Memphis Bleak, Eve. Apparently, I remember he had a TV show for a little while. I think it was like, what was it, Raising Dottie or something like that? But apparently he got raided by the FBI because they thought he was in league with Kenneth Supreme McGriff, who was an American drug lord. And they believed that he was laundering money through Murder Inc. And he was also using the money to start the label. Even though the raid turned up, seized computers and documents, nobody was arrested, at least not immediately. So,
why does it feel like, and I can't prove nothing, but it feels like that entire Ja Rule era was shady as ever loving fuck. Like,
I mean,
you
got that Ja Rule Jay-Z beef out of that. So.
Wait, who killed Ja Rule? Wasn't it 50 Cent?
That was 50.
Yeah.
It's murder.
Yeah.
He called him a wankster, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. That wasn't it.
He was all like, Monica.
Yeah, no, he bought tickets to this man's show. So this man had to perform with empty seats. 2 rows of empty seats right in front of the stage. Because 50 Cent bought him. And not only that, 50 Cent didn't deny it. He literally talked about it on talk shows.
Yep.
Undeniably. He didn't give a fuck. Like
that was
when 50 had beef with Mayweather, kept saying how he couldn't read and shit like that.
I mean, that is pretty embarrassing if you can't, like, basic reading comprehension. I mean, Mayweather is obviously considered as one of the goats of boxing, but I mean, not being able to read, I mean, that's just fundamental.
50 said he would give him, what was it, like $100,000 or $50,000 if he could read this Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat.
That was so hilarious.
That shit is embarrassing.
I mean, to be honest, Cat in the Hat book, kind of the flow of the words, kind of it's kind of difficult.
It is not difficult. It is not. It's the opposite of difficult. They called it a children's book for a reason.
Yeah, I will say. So when Irv suffered his stroke, 50 Cent trolled Irv Gotti on Twitter, and it seems like he continues to after his passing. I'm not confirming that, but it seems to be a rumor. The rumor I'm going to put out there in the ether, but unfortunately, let me see. How old was 50? Irv was 54. Passed away an hour ago. So
50, you're gonna have to let this go, man. If this man died from a stroke,
yeah, if he died, yeah. That's some shit, though.
All right, we got somebody else joining. There we go.
What up?
So, what do we call you on here again before we start? What do we call you on here?
Just call me P.
All right, we'll just call you P. Can we call you Master P?
How you guys doing?
What?
No, we can't use Master.
Yeah,
we're all black on here. You can't use Master up in here.
Oh, okay.
Not only that, I'm not trying to have 50 Cent troll us either. So.
P, how do you feel about 50 trolling the dead?
Look, I'm from Queens. I think 50 can do whatever 50 want to do.
God dang.
There you go.
How you guys doing?
Sorry, you should like introduce yourself a little bit. I mean, tell your background, who you are, who you is. We know you.
Yeah. I've definitely hung out, met, and talked to a bunch of you guys. But yeah, I'm P. I'm a friend of a bunch of guys. I live in Chicago. I'm from New York City. Lived in California back in the day, in the Bay. Just general dad blurred stuff. A little different from a lot of other dudes. I've been in the Wall Street game for my entire adult life, but other than that, it's just regular same shit everyone else is dealing with. Is trying to figure out what's going on in this world right now and trying to stay afloat, man. Keep your head above water.
So before anybody asks, disclaimer: he was not one of the ones that poured the bleach incident on Juicy Smoulet. Just saying.
Juicy
Wasn't me.
Smooth.
Wasn't me.
I don't know, man.
I heard you were the.
I got a lot of suspicions on that dude, but it wasn't me pouring anything on anyone.
Yeah.
But you was
you're-
in Wolf and Wall Street though, right? That was you.
I might have been there. Can neither confirm nor deny.
Hey, quick question. You're in Chicago right now, right?
I am.
What time is it there?
It is
Late.
10:50 p.m. It's
God
not that
damn.
late, but yeah, it's late. It's later than it should be. That's for sure. I just actually came back to my place from a brew pub opening, black-owned brew pub on the north side
nice.
of Chicago that
Shout it
opened
out.
up literally this week. Moore's Brewing and Deep Ravine just opened up this week. Today was their public opening. So good to see a black-owned business, black-owned brewery especially, trying to do the damn thing, and their branding is dope. So Moore's Brewing, I don't own any of it at all, so this is completely as a fanboy. But if you guys want to Google Moore's Brewing, they got some cool branding and some good beer.
I got to ask you, does Moore's Brewing have at least one Stella on tap just for the culture?
There is nothing on tap other than their own shit.
Gotcha.
today.
That'd be funny though, just to let people know that they was up in there.
All of them. All
Up
of
in
them.
there.
Hey, they're like any white woman you know in Czechoslovakia who's got a big booty.
Yeah.
That's on us.
Yeah.
So it's Moore's Moors, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
What
cool.
side of Chicago are you on? The west side, south side,
North.
downtown?
North.
North side. All right. All right. Be
I
safe
live
out there.
about a mile. Don't you worry, man. Everything's all right.
I gotta ask. People are gonna ask on the podcast. Do bullets shoot that far to the north? I don't. Somebody's gonna say it.
I mean,
I
you
don't
got
know.
azimuth. You got
Yeah.
trajectory. I mean, look, I live about a mile and a half from Wrigley Field, so north side.
Oh, I know where that neighborhood. Yeah.
Everything is good. You know, Chicago is a big city, Jack. So like, part of it is rough, part of it is not.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold
Like,
on.
it's not-
I gotta P. Have you seen? There's another podcast where I don't know. This young man talks about how he was in Chicago and he saw the water and he's just like, "There's an ocean in Chicago," and everybody telling him
Yeah.
it's not an ocean, it's a lake.
It's
He's
a
like,
big
"What's
ass
the
lake,
difference between
though.
a lake?" Yeah,
I will
He's like, "Have you seen?"
freely admit, right? So very embarrassing story. In my youth, I grew up in New York City. My family didn't have a lot of dough, so I didn't travel until I became an adult or a young adult and was working, and then I got to travel a bunch. My first flight in my life, the first time I set foot on an aircraft, was to go on a business trip. I was 21 years old from New York City to Chicago, right? And I was so excited. And I get to the airport, LaGuardia Airport, New York City, get on the plane. I'm excited. I'm watching, all the things going on the plane. I fall asleep on the plane. I wake up. I look out the window, and all I see is water. And having grown up in New York City, where we have the ocean, right? I'm like, I fucked up. I got a wrong
Wrong
plane.
flight.
I got it wrong. I'm clearly going to London, because at no point in my life have I seen this much
Take you
water.
back home, Africa.
Back to Haiti. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen this much water without being able to see the land, right? So obviously we land in Chicago. It's like October. My first thing, so I go from the airport to my hotel downtown, and I tell the dude at the front desk, I'm like, which direction is the lake? And he points me east, right? Because in Chicago, the lake is always east. I walk my happy ass from downtown to the lake just because I've never seen a body of water like this. And to this day, man, I'll tell you, if in the right place, you could be fooled, because waves, you can't see the other side. It's it's a sight to see. Anytime any of you guys come out here, I'll show you a good time.
Yeah, it's funny because the young man who was like going off, they told him like usually when you're at like a body like the ocean, you can't see past the horizon or whatnot. But he's like, that's the same thing with this
true.
ocean here in Chicago, because
true.
like they're like, well, the body of water ends in Canada, and like they kept trying to tell him, at least with because he was trying to
Depends
say,
which way you're facing.
yeah, the way you're facing, obviously, yeah, because if you're facing Canada, it's gonna look like it runs on forever.
Like from the city of Chicago, if I'm at the beach, I'm looking I'm looking east, and so it's Indiana technically on the other side. But like from where I am in the city, you can't see that shit.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
That's
Like,
that's how large the lake is.
You can't see Canada either, right?
No,
It's
not
so
from where I
large.
am. No, not
Mm.
at all. Definitely.
Not
well,
even.
It's interesting because in the book Pandemic by, I can't get the author's name, but I know Rasan and I both read the book. Like the pandemic starts basically inside of Lake Chicago, inside of Lake Michigan, and they have like warships in this body of water. And in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck did they get warships in there to begin with? And there's like submarines and stuff. I'm like, how big is this fucking lake? I like went and Googled. I was like, I didn't realize it's that fucking big.
And it's not even the biggest one, right?
No. Yeah, right.
I mean, it's not the deepest one, right? Lake Michigan is quite large, but Lake Superior I think is deeper. This is I guess this is now geography.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, folks don't know. I remember the first time I flew over, that was it Lake Michigan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like looks like to an average person looks like an ocean. If you can't see the other side of a body of water, it seems like an ocean.
Yeah.
So
and it's like a proper beach, like there's it's. Look, I know you California guys think you have the whole beach ocean thing on lock, but there are other oceans and beaches. I'm just gonna tell you.
This is true.
Hey, let me give some props to Chicago. I've been there a few times. I really fucked with that Taste Festival. That was the motherfucking shit. And I'm also gonna say this: I don't care what the fuck the name of it is, so you don't have to bother correcting me. That motherfucking Married with Children fountain. That's cool. That's cool as fuck. I like that Married with Children fountain. That's awesome. I like that.
And the bean is pretty dope. How about that?
The
right?
bean is cool.
Yeah,
the bean is cool. Navy Pier, all that shit. I tried some deep dish and shit. I had half a slice of deep dish, and I was like, I'm fucking full. This is a casserole. But
again, no hate to Chicago, but I hate Chicago deep dish pizza. It's just it's a pie.
Dude, you gonna get yourself gutted like
I know. Man. Well, it's funny because like we got the sweetest and I were out there. Actually, I think like almost around this time, and I know it was around this time because it wasn't cold. It was just it was warm still. But I remember I got a deep dish pizza. I had it. I didn't like it, and so I tried to give it to like a homeless guy. And like as I'm walking away, I see the guy throw it in a trash can. He was like, I don't want it.
Wow.
I think it's probably because everybody probably gives it to him, and he's like, I don't want pizza. Like, I want some real food or some money. But yeah.
Look, so the homeless people in Chicago, and I'm sure I'll get canceled for this, but that's fine. If you're gonna be homeless in Chicago, you better know what you're doing.
Yep.
Right, like because being homeless here versus where any of you guys live, you got to be professionally homeless here.
You got to survive.
You have to have techniques. You have to have gear. Like honestly, if I ever like completely lose my mind and go crazy and like shed all my belongings, the first thing I'm gonna do is walk west until my feet get wet.
Yep.
Because you don't want to be homeless here, bro. Like this is not where you want to do it. Like these dudes really, really know what they're about. They're about that life.
That sounds terrifying, actually.
Yes, it's yes.
Good shit.
So okay, all right. Should we get into it?
Yeah, we got all kind of shit to get into. Where y'all want to really start?
Let's start with the bullshit first.
Okay, what bullshit? We have multiple bullshits.
Yeah, but we can go through them and try to rapid fire because I don't want it to bring down everything, but it's all kind of bullshit. Let's start with the one that everyone's all talking about. Apparently, the United States is going to try to acquire the Gaza Strip and make it the 51st state or some bullshit. That's your shit right there. Who wants to speak on it?
I mean, I'll say this. This is a sad continuation of more fucking policies where any U.S. president just seems to bow down to their prime minister and do whatever the fuck they say.
It's not new. It's been happening for decades and decades and decades, and it's just really fucking disturbing and sad and a violation. But I'll turn it over to whoever wants to speak on it.
I missed the actual question. Sorry, I was typing. Was it about Gaza? That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think P might take a knee on this one, but yeah. Honestly, I don't see. I'm gonna speak sort of lightly around the subject. What I'll say is there is no way that you can take over a sovereign nation without some sort of force, and this is coming from a dude who said that he's not going to start any new wars. Taking over a sovereign nation is starting a war, no matter how you put it. You can't just say we're gonna. You can't buy something that is not yours
For sale.
yeah, it's not for sale. That somebody's like that's their homes, and the wording that he used, speaking about Gaza, was very ignorant, disrespectful, and kind of fucked up. I mean, if anything, the UN and members of NATO and honestly Israel, they need to pay to rebuild Gaza to what was done, no matter how you want to slice it. Yes, Hamas attacked Israel, but their response was incredible and it caused a lot of destruction. And to fix that costs money. You can't just say, hey, we allowed this country to destroy pretty much your whole entire nation state. But then, hey, you got to move somewhere else and you can't move back. But we're going to make it into the new Riviera. That is so ridiculous.
You already know what's going to happen. I don't understand what's this dude's fucking gig about territory, as if people aren't like damn near planted somewhere on the earth. Like what he wanted Greenland, and then like he found out that Denmark would and France would respond, not in kind, and then he tried to buy it. And like the king of Denmark's like this, or the prime minister of Denmark, so this isn't for sale. Now he wants Gaza. It's like, is he looking for Elon's new like place or something, a new Mar-a-Lago?
Well,
like I don't get it.
Well, you got to remember. I mean, this is not our first rodeo with Trump. Like, let me be very clear on this. We got 4 years of it. It's chaotic. You got to always be watching your phone for whatever new bullshit is going to drop, and it's not going to make a whole lot of fucking sense. He also wants to make, or he said he wants to make Canada the 51st state. Like,
still pumped for that.
It's just stupid.
But it's chasing windmills and it's like causing drama. And unfortunately, we American citizens are paying the fucking price. Like, I know y'all feeling like having an omelet ain't cheap anymore, is it?
Yeah.
Trying to put some avocados on that bitch. It ain't easy right now.
Avocados are not going to get any cheaper. The only thing I'd add, though, and Kronos said something, and I kind of think his comment goes to the core of the problem here. So Hamas is not a government, right? Hamas is not a governmental organization. So if you, as an educated man, say like Hamas is running this place and now Hamas is essentially dismantled or functionally dismantled, and now any organization, whether they're Trump or anyone else, is like, we want to negotiate with Palestine, there actually is no Palestine to negotiate with or to treaty with or to parlay with. Use whatever language you want to use. And I think that is where we are going to see the slippery slope start, right? Because it's not like Greenland has a functional government. Denmark has I think it's a constitutional monarchy. They certainly have a king and they have a prime minister, right? Canada is massively sovereign, right? Palestine is not a sovereign nation. It is not recognized broadly by a sovereign nation, which I think gives Trump or anybody who wants to look at it as a piece of land to be bought or sold, a different angle that they can use, right? And like that's a different game, man. And like the one thing I will say is any of us, and I said this to Kronos privately yesterday, like anybody who is like, man, Trump is just on his bullshit and is just talking and for talking's sake. Anybody who says that in 2025 hasn't been paying attention, because this dude has said a lot of crazy stuff And 6 weeks later, we're like, oh, he meant that.
Yep.
Now, is his end result in line with what he said on day one? Maybe, maybe not. But he meant what he said on day one. We had to be like, come on, man. Like, that's not even like that language doesn't exist. Like, that concept doesn't exist. But like, he speaks it into being more often than any of us want to realize.
I definitely agree with that in terms of it's not to be taken lightly. He's in the fucking driver's seat, and his party has control over Congress and the Supreme Court and the Senate. So, I mean, anybody taking it lightly is, I agree with you, very, very foolish, despite the weird talking points that seem to come out of left field and have no rhyme or reason, and it's chaos in terms of foreign policy. I get all that, but some of it is going to come to fruition. However, at the same time, we got to also be very aware that none of this had to be the case.
It's chaos in terms of domestic policy too.
Yeah, but the threat of Trump was not taken seriously during the Biden years. Absolutely. And I will never fucking forget that shit.
Yeah, honestly, I feel really bad about, this was like the key issue with me not voting for Kamala was the whole Gaza situation. But I didn't vote for Trump because I didn't see him doing anything better. I think I might have said on the podcast, but I'm pretty sure even when it came to both Ukraine and Gaza is that, I mean, there's a super easy way to finish either of those wars. Is just make, like, you can pull off funding or make it so that the U.S. just takes this shit over. Like, it's easy to end a war like that. Like, there's no possible way you can stop right now the U.S. from doing anything that we want to do because we have nuclear power. And this is what he wants to do right now. It's a threat. I don't know if he's going to go through with it because I have something else I want to say later in the podcast about what he's doing. But he's flexing this power, but it's a very dangerous power to flex because he doesn't realize that saying those words on national TV puts the U.S. at risk immediately. Yep. It actually puts Israel at risk too immediately, because you can't just say you're going to take over a nation like that. Saying stuff like, oh, we're going to take over Greenland or Canada or wherever, like, it's funny because it's ridiculous because you have to go through steps to do this, right? But saying you're going to take over Gaza, like, that's plausible. That's plausible because Gaza's fucked up right now. Like, who's gonna fight back? I mean, Hamas is there.
That's it. There's no one to fight back.
There's no one. Not with any kind of. Well, there are folks that technically they can fight back. It'll be another one of these drawn. It's going to be another Afghanistan or Iraq. If we send troops there, it will be another Afghanistan or Iraq. It is. I mean,
so can I ask you as a Marine?
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry, Prodigy. Okay. So you're dealing with a massive land. The entire state of Israel, and I've been there, is the size of the state of New Jersey. The entire thing, including any land that might have been considered Palestinian properties, right? The entirety, right? Mm-hmm. The Gaza Strip is like Chicago. On one side is the Mediterranean Sea, and on the other side is a very firm delineated line, which is Israel, right? Kind of curving it around.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with this very small chunk of land, relatively, that at this point in time today is sparsely populated, right? However many people may have lived there 2 years ago, there's now a tenth of them there now, unfortunately. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying I think that's reality today.
Yeah.
If somebody named Donald Trump or somebody named Commander-in-Chief decides that they want to flatten this motherfucker, that is light work. That is light work to take that population to near zero.
Well, depending on how you want
full weight of the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how you want to do it, it would be relatively easy, but the amount of civilian deaths that would occur would be, I don't think, catastrophic. I mean, it'd be a genocide. So,
yes,
and I don't think that
it would be complete.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Yeah, yes, we could do it, But I mean, Gaza's already been they've already been bombed by U.S. munitions for like the past more than a year, and these are the same munitions that we would likely use. I mean, yeah, we have more sophisticated ones, but it's just like, we should not do that. And this is the thing the problem that I have. I've said it before on the podcast and my friends. Like I'm so happy that I am not an active U.S. Marine right now. This administration has said that we're going to put migrants into Guantanamo Bay and have Marines build it, which is bullshit. The Marines are there, but we don't build a lot of things. Like the Seabees do that shit. The Navy does it. But putting people in Guantanamo Bay, which I explained in the last podcast, with no due process, is incredibly wrong. And then saying that we're going to go to Gaza and take over the country in like these flowery terms, like you can't do that without violence. It'd be like somebody saying, like, if you own your house, like, oh, I'm just going to come and just take your house.
Which is,
even though you own it, like you can't do that without violence.
I completely agree. Obviously, there's a history of that in that Palestine area in terms of taking homes. But I'm going to just say one other quick thing, though. I want to be really clear on this. Ukraine is a proxy war, and I want to be very clear that Russia has nukes. They've been had nukes.
Yeah.
So Russia has gone toe-to-toe against the U.S. and NATO there. And let me be very clear. The U.S. and NATO has a whole lot of fucking egg on their face. They claimed over and over again, I'm old enough to fucking remember because it was only 2-3 years ago, that U.S. sanctions was going to cripple the Russian economy, going to topple Putin, we're going to kick them out, all that other bullshit, propaganda and bullshit. It hasn't fucking happened. They have not kicked Russia out of Ukraine. They just haven't. And, being nuclear armed is important to note when you talk about that proxy war. And then the other thing I'll mention is that Yemen and the Houthis haven't been fucking destroyed or dismantled either by the Navy, U.S. Navy, most powerful Navy in the fucking world and all that. Yemen is a broke ass fucking country. No shade to them at all, but they've controlled that route for around a year now and haven't been able to. They've taken a whole bunch of bombings. And so I'm just trying to say that, yes, the U.S. has an extremely powerful military. I'm not discrediting that, but there have been a lot of saber rattling and, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this. And then when the rubber has hit the road in a couple of these instances, it hasn't worked out. Who's in charge of fucking Afghanistan right now? The goddamn Taliban. After 20 fucking years. So we gotta talk honestly about some of the more recent things that have not gone the US's way in terms of military might.
So here's the last thing I'll say on this specific topic, just because I feel like perspective and scale matters, right? So Blue and Old Ninja, I have a pretty good sense of where you guys are in the country. Imagine you were at war with Yountville, California, 50 miles, right?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Kronos and Prodigy, Napa. It's in Napa, right?
Yeah.
Imagine Napa. You were at war with Napa, right? Kronos and Prodigy. Imagine you are at war with Temecula. It's 50 miles, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I tell you, and I've been there, and like I was at my office in Tel Aviv. This was like 3 years or 4 years ago now. And we're in a beautiful high-rise building downtown Tel Aviv, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm like, "What's that over there?" You can see it. Like, oh, that's Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Like it's for Americans. Like we have fought wars, and every generation back from us has fought wars. We send people to war. Right? Yep. We send our young people to war. We send our young men to war normally, right? And it's terrible and it's sad and it's horrible, but they're going to war. People in Israel and people in Palestine, like war is there every day. It's like, it's a different reality. It's a different reality. Like
good perspective. That's
50 miles, man.
Yeah. That's, I appreciate that because it also puts it in perspective of it being so close. I'm definitely with that. I
On
got
both
to be
sides.
really clear. There's been some things, despite military muscle. Like, if you would have told me that NATO was not going to be able to kick Russia out like they claimed they could in 2-3 years, I would have been like, no, you're full of shit. Like, NATO's too fucking powerful, and they fucking didn't do it.
They
Like,
do shit.
and it doesn't look like they're fucking going to do it. And a whole lot of people don't want to fucking talk about that shit. But I got fucking eyes and ears. Like, they're still there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, the fuck we talking
Crazy
about?
time,
You
man.
know?
What's crazy with the whole Felon 47 thing, one in Gaza, is that here we have a man who's anti-immigrant, like he's deporting people left and right from the United States, yet he wants to basically invade an area, kick out all the people, and then allow immigrants from different countries to come. But he said like, oh, it's gonna be like, what do you say, like the Rivian of the Middle
Riviera.
East, and that Riviera, yeah, and that we're gonna have all these people coming from around the world to go there. It's like you're literally kicking out people and allowing like immigrants to take over.
Here's the
move in and,
craziest
like,
thing,
party
man.
there.
The Mediterranean is gorgeous. It is beautiful. And the Gaza Strip sits right on the right on the Med. Man, it is a beautiful part of the world. And as crazy, just like I was saying earlier, as crazy as Trump sounds most of the time, this dude knows how to make a resort, right? That's kind of what he does.
Well,
And
kind of. Now,
if you had the ability to wipe a place clean and put in a resort, that would be a pretty good place to put a resort.
Exactly. I mean, this is all, like I was saying, territory. He's been hungry for territory to build stuff, and this gives him and his billionaire friends a clean slate to build. We're going to see Tesla either move their headquarters or build something, a Starlink building, SpaceX, banks, golf courses, another Mar-a-Lago, and a Riviera, all in a 50-mile stretch, all ready for building. That's what he's waiting for. That's for money, for him and his boy to make money.
That's what it all comes down to at the end of the day.
There will no longer be Palestinians as we know it within
just be aware though. There's always, and a lot of Americans always forget about this. I don't know what, I can't read that. What is
That's
that?
Cash rules everything around.
There you go. But
like fame. I'm sorry.
There's oftentimes this wonderful concept of blowback that is unforeseen and that people always underestimate. And in fact, there's an incredible podcast called Blowback that's all about it, and it just kind of talks about stuff in Iraq, talks about stuff in Afghanistan, talks about stuff during the Cold War. Blowback is something that we always downplay or forget about, and then shit hits fucking fans. And I think Kronos alluded to this. I don't think we're thinking about this very comprehensively in terms of all the U.S. military bases and all the U.S. embassies all over the world, and the fact that there could be some serious fucking blowback.
Oh no, I anticipated it already. I mean, there's lawsuits around the globe that have been placed with the freshly pulled out. I don't know why, but the World Health Organization. There's been countries that filed lawsuits. Our allies are pissed, namely, I mean, except for Israel, of course, because they're smiling at the ear. I mean, I haven't seen official word from the UK, but I know they're not happy. So,
yeah, it's gonna get spicy. It's gonna get real interesting.
Yeah,
and this is just foreign affairs. We haven't even talked about what's on the home front.
There's a lot of people who are
what is on the home front
regretting their votes.
Jeez, there's a lot of shit on the home front, bro.
Yeah,
there is so much stuff. I mean, we could just go to the Elon Musk thing. That's on the home front. He's like, honestly, I think that Elon Musk is running interference for like a lot of things that are occurring right now. I kind of want to wait until P gets back, but I can talk about some of it.
Start it.
Yeah, so basically, what they're doing is it's like the Gish Gallop of starting like to they're basically they're putting out so much stuff that we the people cannot possibly have a chance to like respond to all of it. None of us can, none of us should anyway, should pay attention to all of it because it's overwhelming. That's what they're doing. It's like the shock and awe thing. Like they're literally doing like 3 major things a day, and it's gonna make you forget what happened fucking last week,
yesterday,
because 3 other things have occurred. And I think that's their plan, is just overwhelm the system, and at the end of the system comes the judicial, because right now they're throwing out all this stuff that is not legal at all. Everything that Elon Musk is doing is 100% illegal. It's illegal, all right? But to stop him, it has to go through the judicial, because he's bypassing Congress. Congress, all the things that Elon Musk is doing right now to shut down agencies and keep people out and like telling them that, I'll give you 8 months worth of pay or whatever the fuck, that's illegal. Congress has appropriated the funds for those agencies. People voted people to go there to vote on these things, and there are already laws in place to make sure that they're funded through these things. For somebody that was not voted on whatsoever, that has no security clearance, that has no government experience, for him to go through and start quote unquote shutting down agencies is illegal. Let's also remember that it's a huge conflict of interest. Elon Musk, he has billions upon billions of dollars in government contracts. And are you wondering why he's going after the contracts that he's going after all those agencies? Because they have nothing to do with SpaceX or Tesla or any of his other fucking contracts, because he gets government subsidies through other agencies like the DOD and the DOT and all those other things. That's why he's not going after them. He's going after all these little ones.
And the DOE.
He goes after all the ones that have reached out to him to find him for different things, like the FAA and like the other federal branches. Like, because I think with the FAA, they find him for like unsafe practices or something like that with SpaceX, and I think he had to pay like $6 million, something like that. And that could be one of the reasons why he's going after them so heavily, wanting everybody to basically buy them all out. Which he did that with Twitter. Like, a lot of people forget about that. He did that with the Twitter employees. Like, he wanted to buy them out, and like a lot of people left, and he never ended up paying them.
Damn.
Yeah, but you can't.
A big lawsuit with that.
But you can't. People don't seem to understand that. This whole like move fast, break shit. Yeah, it's cool it's not even cool. You can do it in a corporation, right? There's no laws stopping you from doing that, because it's a private corporation. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But in the government, these have consequences. We've already seen consequences with literal deaths with the FAA. Mm-hmm. Within weeks of them, removing people from the FAA.
Days.
Days. Yeah. But what people don't really seem to understand is that you can't. We should have learned this from the last time that Trump was in office. Is that you cannot run the U.S. government as a business. It's not a business. It is the government. The government is not made to run at a profit. That's not the point of the government. The point of the government is to provide for the people, and sometimes that runs at a deficit. Yes, you can balance your budget, but your goal should not be to have profit in the government. Your goal should be to provide the most you can with the budget that you have towards the people. That's why we fucking pay people. That's why people pay taxes. It's called a social contract.
So
yep, but go ahead. Sorry.
No, please.
I was just going to say really quickly, the truly elite billionaires aren't paying in like they should to that social contract. Nope. That's the painfully obvious part. Like, I'll just leave it at that. Go ahead, Pete.
So my point is actually very related to that. So one of the things I've wondered is, will Elon's bullshit cost him financially? Right?
Oh, it has already. Tesla it has.
So here's what's interesting, right? So when you look at I think Skylink is performing okay, but when you look at like his big holding now, right? Like
with
Tesla.
Canada.
Yeah, there's that.
Oh.
And you look at the demographics of the United States, right? We all know where a lot of electric vehicles are sold and bought and driven. I drive an electric vehicle in Chicago, not a Tesla. In California last year, Tesla sales dropped 12%. So folks are voting with their feet. You know what I'm saying? They're voting with their wallet. And it's interesting to see that people in California, it seems, are like, you know, the old fuck me, no fuck you, right? Like that with the old, you know, how Tesla, and I'm going to try and swear less, Kronos, I'm sorry.
No, you
No,
can
man,
swear.
swear
It doesn't
more,
matter.
goddammit.
As long as you don't swear in the
like-
first 30 seconds, like we're good.
Oh, okay. Then I'm good.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
it was
motherfucker.
amazing to see. I actually looked at that this week because I had the same thought, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I have all access to all this financial data, Wall Street data, right? But I'm like, what's going on? Are people starting to push back on Elon, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like in some of the deeply democratic states they are. And how much that matters, I don't know. But it is interesting to see that it's already happening.
Look, he made a shit tier purchase with Twitter, got fucking fleeced and shit. The only thing, and I know people don't like this, but I'll say it again. The only thing keeping them fucking Teslas afloat at all is the fact that there's goddamn tariffs, 100% fucking tariffs on these Chinese BYD vehicles. I'm telling you right now,
dude, I would be so out of my Tesla if I could get myself on a BYD.
Dude, they're nice.
Everybody would.
Yeah, they are.
Everybody. And even if you want to claim some bullshit patriotic stuff, or no, I would never buy a Chinese car, you full of shit. If it's the same quality, give or take, and it's $10,000, yes, the fuck you would. You would buy
I don't
something.
even think it's the same quality. They're saying
That's
these things are
way high up.
fantastic.
Yep.
Like they
Hold on.
the
Did you
BYD
see? Have y'all seen the U9?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Look this goddamn shit up. They got a motherfucking supercar for like a little over $200,000 that can fucking jump over road spikes.
Oh, I did see that one. Yes.
Yeah. On its own.
On
Like,
its
without
own.
it, that's some Knight Rider kit shit that it's on.
I mean, my dick jumped when that car jumped. I was like,
Is it
holy
the
shit.
BYD U what? U9?
U9.
U9. Yeah, it's like a
It's wild.
super sports car.
I know some of their cars. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Oh no. Okay, this is not the one. Yeah, no, I have seen
This
this
is
one.
a
Okay.
supercar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Yang Wing launched the U9. Okay. Yeah.
Like they have like a car. I mean, I think Mercedes added this to their vehicles where it can actually turn around 360 degrees in like one spot.
Yeah,
They
that
also have
tank
like
turn.
some there. They can like go in the water and float and shit. Like it's
But you know,
freaking ridiculous.
what's going to happen is that in the comments, because I remember one of our shorts was talking about how Chinese electric cars they're pretty dope, and people were so mad about it. Like, oh, why do you shilling for China? Blah blah. I'm like, look at the fucking car. Look what the performance, the price, and then when they bring up like, oh, well, they're subsidizing the cars. Motherfucker, Teslas are subsidized in America.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost every single electric car in America is subsidized.
Like, what are we talking about?
So I'll tell you. So my electric car, I own a Hyundai electric car, but it's the second one I own. The first one I owned was a Chevy, which was subsidized.
Yeah.
The federal government gave me $7,500 of tax credit, and the state of Illinois would give you another like $4,000.
Yeah.
That's heavily subsidized. So like, it's cute to say, but we're subsidizing them too every day. And Teslas are massively subsidized because until a couple years ago, they were making all of them up in, the Bay, right?
Yeah.
And they moved
Texas.
a bunch of that manufacturing to Texas, but they were making them, kind of where Kronos, really close to where you lived when I met you.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I can't, I'm drawing a blank
It's
on the
Fremont.
name of the town right now.
Fremont.
Yeah,
Fremont.
Fremont. The old Newbie plant.
Oh, Numi plant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
we all know this.
yeah.
Yeah.
So where I live the closest, literally where I live, it's literally the next exit.
So my
Yeah.
sister's best friend growing up used to work there when it was the Numi plant, when they made like Geos and
Yep.
some other kinds of cars. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I mean, did we already forget about like 08, 09, 2010 and shit, where there was a huge bailout of the U.S. auto industry? Like
Yeah.
taxpayers, we've been helping out the U.S. auto industry multiple
Yeah.
times. This ain't the first rodeo.
That one is
Yeah.
a tough one because I, as far as I understand, the auto industry and the banks pay that money back with
I think they
interest.
Agreed.
But they didn't know that was going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That wasn't affirmed or confirmed when that happened, when the money was
Exactly.
given.
One crazy thing with the
Exactly.
Chinese cars that we don't have here in America is that they have, I mean, there's not that many out there, but they have battery swapping stations. So like if your battery is low, instead of you like stopping at a spot, plugging it in, you basically drive into this garage and it removes your battery and replaces it with a fresh one.
That's dope.
And it does it in 3 minutes. Like that's about the same amount of time it takes for you to pump your gas, and you get either a refurbished or a brand new battery, or it might be even a used battery. But yeah, you get another battery installed into your car, so you don't have to worry about like battery degradation or anything like that. Yeah.
Look, my Chinese spy has been like really, really gung ho about all this stuff, man. He's been happy, man. You know what I mean? He'd be sending me little love notes on Red Note. It's all good.
Sending you them 666s.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so crazy. Like Americans, if they saw that, they'd be like, "Oh, this app is the devil," and blah 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 blah. But it's like it's a cultural thing. Like that's the way you show your appreciation. Putting 666, and the more sixes, the better.
And it's like, and don't get me wrong, like I don't want American car companies to go out of business. I think American car companies have like a lot of value, and like they make really good internal combustion engines. Even Teslas, they make really good electric cars, but other companies make good electric cars as well. Fucking Lucid makes better electric. They're not obviously foreign, but it's foreign money. You know what I mean? Like Lucid would not exist without Saudi Arabia. Just to be honest, and I do hold Tesla stock. Or I'm sorry, Lucid stock. Just to be clear,
Lucid
which is very low
expensive.
right now. They are expensive, but they're dope. It was car year like 3 years ago.
Yeah, they are. Tesla and Polestar, both of them are roughly around the same price start, but their price range, but they're both fucking really pricey.
But they're. Yeah, Lucids are not in the same realm as a Polestar. I don't think Polestar is basically their Volvos.
And Rivian too, right? They make
Rivian's
in Illinois.
Too.
Yeah,
right. They make Rivians about 3 hours from where I sit right now,
Rivian,
way downstate in Illinois. But they are 100% an American.
Yeah, brand. Rivian did trucks really well. Their trucks in like SUV line, is really good. Teslas. That Cybertruck is a rolling
hot
trash can.
But I mean, but look at where the current administration is. Where they're going is that they're trying to say we want to get away from electric cars. We want to go back to quote unquote clean coal, which doesn't exist. We want to get back to pumping more oil out, drill baby drill, which is stupid. You stop using more of a limited resource. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything at a certain point in time is limited. Like the sun is limited, but let's use something that's more efficient. That's what most folks don't seem to understand is that an electric motor will always be more efficient than an internal combustion engine. Always. Just by definition, it'll always be more efficient. But people just don't want to get on that train. And don't get me wrong, I love a V8. I love the sound, the feel, and all that stuff, but it is not more efficient. I'll get my SUV downstairs will get smoked by like a way cheaper electric car. You know what I mean? And I'm fine with that. Eventually I'll buy an electric car, but I'm not going to shit on electric cars. This is the future. It's literally people complaining about cars back when they first started with cars and they had horses.
Do you remember though, like literally about 25 years ago when they tried to have this fucking campaign of if you buy an electric or hybrid car, you were probably gay. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
I owned a Subaru 20 years ago, so
I'm pretty sure
that I was gay.
So, Prodigy, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm pretty sure that rhetoric is still held up today, but in more reddish states.
You could be right. I don't know. I just thought it was so fucking wild. I was like, you mean saving money on gas and helping the environment means I like dick? Like,
yeah.
I had a Chicago police officer ask to drag race me the other day. It was early. It was early in the morning.
Oh no! In your Ioniq?
Yeah. And to be clear, he wanted to drag race because he wanted to buy one.
Oh, okay.
And he wanted to see how quick it actually was.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think he thought I was gay. I think he was like, hey, is this thing as quick as I think it is? So, like, the gay stigma is probably wearing off a little bit, or you're just gay and fast, which is possible too.
Yeah, that is possible.
So,
that's what they used to say in like the 80s, like when a kid was gay, like, oh, he's fast. Like that was the term they would say. They say that about little girls too, who are like,
oh shit,
super sexually active.
Real quick, I'm sorry. This is something I should have said like probably like an hour ago, like maybe 45 minutes ago. Mahai Blurred, thank you very much. Super chatted us like a while ago. So sorry, man.
I don't think he's still in the chat. I think he dipped. I think he hit it and left.
I'll hit him up. Yeah.
What was the name of
So
that one
I want to say
documentary?
I do want to say I know why Prodigy brought that up because he used to own like an electric car when they first came out. That's probably why he
No,
feels that,
it was a
like,
hybrid.
I had a hybrid in 08, like 08,
So-
09.
That was
So-
a hybrid.
So
Oh,
Prodigy,
Prius.
to be clear, Prodigy was bi. He wasn't gay.
Yeah.
Like, he was bi.
He was the OG original.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, not
shit.
the OG ones. Not the OG one. I got like
Oh.
the second or third model or second or third gen.
We so I will say it did smash. We drove that thing all the way to San Diego.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's-
it's held
and
Yeah,
up.
then-
but it
we
didn't have no power
we
though.
It had power. I mean, we drove it down to where almost the fucking hubcaps came off. So shit,
I mean,
it had enough power.
I don't know. This is what's weird to me about America today and just like cars in general. Like when it comes to electric cars, honestly, they're fucking too fast. Like
Oh yeah.
I don't even understand. I don't understand how it's legal for somebody to have 1,000 horsepower car on the street. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I love going fast. I'm
They're
a huge
so
speed
fast.
freak. Like I own motorcycles. My other car is pretty fast. I love going fast, but 1,000 horsepower, that's a lot for like just the normal ass road. You know?
Yeah, it's not even. It's like the horsepower number is misleading because it's
It's
the
the torque.
fact that you have access to all that horsepower immediately.
Yeah. People they
Like,
don't
they're-
get it.
They're fun to drive, but it is chaos if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's wild stuff.
Yeah, 'cause,
So,
like,
yeah.
in my Tesla, like to kind of reserve some of the power to kind of get like a longer span off the battery, I'll put it in chill mode, which basically makes it so when you step on the gas, it doesn't take off as fast. But if you switch back to like standard or sports mode, it's a huge difference. Like you forget, like if you're using the sports mode like all the time or the standard mode all the time, you just kind of get customized to that feeling. But when you drop down
I
to
mean
chill
it.
and then go back, you're like, oh my god, this car has so much fucking power.
That's how I describe it to people. You better mean it. Like
Yeah.
if you want to go that way and you want to go in that hole on the highway, you better mean it because you're going to get there, and you're not like the audible cues that we're all used to, of like the gear shifting or the engine. You're just going to suddenly be there, and you better get right because otherwise.
Wait, Pete, did you say if you really want to get fast into a certain hole, you got to just get there and go on in and spittle?
The speed of thought.
No
just like
Vaseline.
Wait, he
you
said
see the hole,
God damn.
take a deep breath,
Oh my god.
get there. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Hey, look.
Yeah, it's like it was like
Flashback.
it was sort of like the same thing when I got like my BMW, my S1000RR, my fast bike.
Motorcycles.
When they first unlocked that bike, I was just like, "What the?" It was like shit was going backwards. I was like, "This doesn't even make sense." Like it was so fast.
Motorcycles are a whole different game
Yeah.
because it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's you and then the
The
universe.
elements. Yeah.
Well, but now you know, like not a lot, but some electric cars will beat bikes. So and because you know you got 4 patches of rubber, and you have electric stability control or traction control, and like I can't beat
Dual motors.
Yeah, there's no way that my
right.
S1000R could probably beat a like a what's it called, the ludicrous mode.
Plaid.
Yeah, the plaid.
Oh, the
plaid.
plaid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plaid.
Yeah, the plaid, because it might be close, but probably not that close. So yeah, it'd be close because it's like mine is like sub 3 second, my motorcycle. So
Damn.
I was gonna say with like motorcycles, like when I want to get a motorcycle the first time around, like everybody kept telling me like, because I used to love driving fast, and it's like you're gonna kill yourself. What you're on a motorcycle, you're gonna kill yourself on a motorcycle. But like owning a motorcycle, like even because the Sweden's wanted to do the MSF course, the Motorcycle Safety Federation course,
Yeah.
and like doing that course alone teaches you how to be more responsible with the motorcycle, because you don't have the protection you do as you do in a car. There's no frame around you. There's no airbags. There's just you, your gear, and the concrete or the pavement. So you got to
Your
really be
decisions.
smart about all of it.
Yes.
But on a motorcycle though, whew, getting up to like 100, yeah, it's definitely still a lot of fun.
remember when we swapped bikes when you had your
Yeah, I was thinking about
your
that. when I had
636?
my-
Yeah,
yeah. Cronus has like the ZR.
not
not
the
a
VFR. My
Yeah.
S1000. Remember, I'll let you.
Yeah, I wrote your S1000.
Yeah.
His bike, even though it was a larger bike, it was smaller than mine's. But my bike I had a 600 or 636 cylinder motorcycle, and it was large compared to his. And Kronos had to put it in like beginner's mode for me because that thing had too much fucking power. But it was definitely fun riding that bike.
Man, we went from went from foreign Gaza to like the home. We came back to the homeland, ended up in electric cars. I don't know how that
not just cars, gay electric cars. That's what we
Yeah.
did.
Oh, God dang.
All right.
P,
Okay.
I got a question for you though. We're gonna switch it up just a little bit, man. Obviously, you are in the Midwest. I gotta know. I mean, I know you can't see Canada, but is it just West Coast bias with K-Dot just mopping the floor with him or with the Drizzy, or is this even in the Midwest? Y'all are seeing this, and what's your take? Did you see the Grammys? Are you excited about the Super Bowl performance? Give me some K-Dot perspective.
So extremely excited for the Super Bowl. I can't even guess how that whole thing is going to go down. The Grammys was fascinating, right? So I'm married. My wife is not a hip hop head. So I've had to explain the whole Kendrick Drake thing to her over the past year. And, the Grammys was definitely a time where I was like, hey, listen, this is an escalation in conflict here. And if I would have, I thought the war was over months ago. Clearly not, right? This is a decimation. Now, is the Super Bowl going to be a whole different thing? Chicago broadly could not give a shit about this. Like the Chicago hip hop scene is its own thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I moved here as a fully grown man, so I'm not going to claim like I get it fully. I'm an East Coast hip hop guy through and through, right? I grew up in New York City and I moved here when I was 30. So I know a whole lot more about the East Coast hip hop scene, and I can tell you, you know that meme where there's the dude sitting with the popcorn. That's what the East Coast is doing, and that's what Chicago is doing. Chicago is putting out plenty of good music. The East Coast is putting out plenty of music, but no one gives a shit about this. Like in terms of ownership, right? Toronto, funny enough, is like a little baby Chicago in terms of like the way the city is situated.
Yeah.
But the hip hop scene there and the hip hop scene in Chicago have absolutely nothing to do with each other. So I think we probably look at it the same way the West Coast looks at it. It's like that's Drake, essentially, made his bed and now he's lying in it.
Crying in it.
Yeah. He I still, it's astounding to me is that what's astounding to me is that I know he's going to release a new album or announce it, I think on the 7th or 14th or some shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, honestly, I said it multiple times to like my little internal group. The best thing he can do is go away for 6 months and then make a country album. My thoughts are if he releases a new album anytime within the next 2-3 months, even like whatever, it's still around the Super Bowl. People are still going to be singing "Not Like Us." It's going to flop, and he's just going to go into the pit of despair. And this dude needs to be on suicide watch at this point. I mean, like he's been destroyed. He cannot recover.
I saw something today in Prodigy. You may have some sort of or either have or will have some color on this, but I saw something today. And it was like all these nurses and EMTs and doctors and firefighters on social media. Mm-hmm. And I guess they're not like us. The 101 beat per minute beat perfectly aligns with the CPR beat. Yeah. And so they were like, if you're going to do CPR, do it to this rhythm. Yep. By the way, you're done, bro. Like you're done. They're gonna be teaching this to kids in high school now who are learning CPR.
I love
you're
it.
Cooked.
I love it.
Oh, you already know this is 100 going to be taught at some college campus somewhere in the U.S.
Oh yeah,
if not already.
Well, I mean, not in the next 4 years because that's DEI, but we'll get our rights back.
I'm sure Berkeley will pick it up. Somebody at Berkeley will probably pick it up. Or someone at somebody at Berkeley or somebody like some
Berkeley and Morehouse. But
There you
nothing
go.
else.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna count the HBCUs because I'm pretty sure it's already there. But I'm talking about an East Coast kind of like semi Ivy League school have some kind of progressive, quote unquote, air quote, progressive course with this being talked about. So
I know I mentioned this.
Go ahead.
I mentioned this in our group chat, and I saw somewhere else online that Kendrick Lamar winning the Grammy, the fact that y'all guys know what what it means when you wear an all denim outfit, right? Like your jacket, your pants, you know what that's called, right?
yeah, it's
Canadian tuxedo.
Called
Yeah.
a Canadian tuxedo. And where's Drake from? Canada. Like the fact that he wore the Canadian suit on stage about a song dissing Drake, I think that was just poetic on its own. Like that was Kendrick being Kendrick.
The whole fucking celebrity LA music scene was singing along to it word for word. You got Taylor Swift and Beyonce singing and dancing to it on camera, along with Billie Eilish and all them other folks.
Hold on. I mean,
everybody loves it.
I need to pay special attention to Taylor Swift because.
I bet you do.
No. I mean, not like that. She's not. I'm not attracted to her like at all. It's just, she's not my kind of woman. Anyway, it's funny because I'm pretty sure Drake said something about him having a song with her, but it was a hit song, and for her to like raise her glass like that, during the Grammys, also was dope that she gave the Grammy to Beyonce. I'm just saying, if y'all know about the whole Kanye West thing, so
I will let you speak.
Yeah.
Let you finish.
So I mean, that was excellent. I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift at all. Her music is not my music, not my kind of chick, but that was pretty fucking classy on her part to like her whole Grammy thing. So that was cool.
Speaking of not classy though, at fucking all.
Speaking of.
Yeah. God damn. I mean, obviously we all know Yeezy is Yeezy, but holy shit. Like you got your wife's cooter, tits, fucking asshole. Everything is out and in full view. Like, holy shit. What in the entire like I'm not exaggerating. I know y'all saw this.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, the whole world saw this. And the thing is, the rumor is they showed up to the red carpet, took photos, and left.
Well, I heard they weren't invited.
They got kicked out. Yeah, they weren't invited.
That was actually they were invited, but they did leave. They were not kicked out. But
I keep hearing mixed reviews about that. Like some people say that they were invited and they decided to like dip out. Other ones saying that he wasn't invited, and others said that he was actually like kicked out. So it's hard to say who's telling the truth.
There's a fellow light-skinned who is the lead of the whatever the association that runs the Grammys. He was very clear. He's like, no. Kanye was invited. Whether they left or not is not in question. But they were not kicked out.
But okay, I know he's done some stuff for shock value. I know he's just done some stuff because he's out there, mental health, all these other weird things. This is just like I felt bad for her, and I'm someone who
she was naked.
Like,
I don't feel bad for her at all.
She was wearing the Emperor's outfit. Remember that story about the Emperor's new outfit?
Yeah. It's not as if she hasn't worn outrageous shit before. This is on par for her, or them, I should say.
It didn't feel like slimy and super controlling and like. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've gone some dark places on Pornhub too, but like this was wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm getting the sense of a lot of people saying that he forced her to do this, but like before, I believe they were together. She was doing shit like this, not as racy, but she's always wearing outlandish and very like semi-provocative stuff. And ever since they've been together, she's just her celebrity events. So the last few times she's been out, it's either her tits are out, but her bottom is covered, or her bottom's out and her tits are covered. This time, everything is uncovered.
Yeah, I mean,
she's wearing saran wrap for crying out loud.
I know what her lips look like. All the lips.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And guess what? We know what Melania Trump's fucking lips look like too.
Well,
no.
okay, yes, but
Well,
I'm just saying this was like out there. You know what I mean? I don't know.
This was in 4K.
4K, exactly. 4K.
It wasn't 4K. Yeah, that's probably
Like
the
somebody-
difference between this and Melania's pictures. Probably
Somebody said that this is like the second time that they were forced to see Kanye's wife private parts. Like the fact that like without their consent, basically, like it was just out.
One time Ray J was involved.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, Kim, you did a hell of a job that time. She did God's work.
Take that.
That's
Sure did.
I just have to say for the record, I hate the Kardashians. I'm just saying.
With good reason.
Most of the time.
Yeah,
but there's like 6 or 7 minutes where I don't.
Yeah. But honestly, even though I don't like the Kardashians at all, when it comes to Kanye, I don't know why he does these things. And he has kids with somebody that has obviously a decent amount of money, and all the things that he's doing are grounds for him to like remove, custody of his kids. And this is why I think that this guy is like, he's very clownish and immaturish, and he needs help. Yeah. But I'm still gonna judge that dude. Like you cannot be out there having kids and shit and talking about how your ex is an asshole doing all these things, and you got your current wife, who's not really your fucking wife, out here naked as shit, standing next to her like you're proud of this. Like
in public,
like you can't do that. Like this isn't father shit. What he's doing is not father shit.
I do think there is legit mental illness there.
Yeah,
like the love that my adopted hometown of Chicago has for old Kanye is absolute.
Yep,
it is without question.
Of course, I think
and that Kanye is gone.
Yeah. But I think the love for old Kanye is countrywide, maybe even worldwide.
No, I mean, listen, I also used to love old Kanye, but I cannot listen to a Kanye at all anymore. Same way I can't listen to Diddy. Same way I can't listen to R. Kelly. And if y'all listen to them, like that's fine. But I'm just I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
But where do you draw the line on that, right? Like, will you listen to Michael Jackson?
I haven't listened to him in a long time. Not a long time.
Would you? Right? Like,
would I? Yeah. Okay. So yes, but it's also this is where we get in the thing of like allegations. Like, but some of these dudes have been like convicted.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's the line?
I mean,
hold on. If one of those kids came out and said like he definitely raped them, then no, I would have been like, I'm not listening to that dude anymore. So that's the line.
Here's my line. I mean, I was young. I was in my 20s. I was in a barbershop.
What did you do for money?
Oh,
yeah.
Here it comes.
I was in a barbershop in Atlanta, Georgia, somewhere in the early 2000s, and I know that I saw a DVD of one Robert Kelly pissing on an underage girl. I know I saw that.
I like the qualifications. I like the qualifications of like you definitely didn't download it off Napster. Or LimeWire.
Yeah, exactly.
You had those guys that would come to the barbershop.
Yeah, the DVD man.
Copies, bootleg copies and stuff.
Yeah.
What you got? You like that new such in the theater? I got you right here.
Yeah, or at the swap meet.
Yeah.
So as our friend's namesake, I'm invoking this. Ben had bootleg movies.
Dude, bootleg movies were, but it was a Wild Wild West back then.
It was.
Oh yeah, it sure fucking was.
But Robert is in federal or state prison. Like, there's no did he or did he not? No pun intended. There's no wiggle room. He's in state federal prison, and he belongs there. Ben belonged there.
Ben had belonged there.
Cosby.
So here's a little fucked up trivia for you guys. When I moved to Chicago, there was a home 2 blocks away in the city of Chicago, north side of Chicago, that was for sale. And I remember looking it up on like Redfin or whatever the app was, and it was crazy. It had a gym and a pool, and it was 2 blocks from where I lived. And it was R. Kelly's house, and it was where
no
a lot
way.
of the piss video built. Yeah, I can send you the listing. It was there. It was listed. It was on sale for years because it was tied up in all the litigation. But it had a pool and a gym and this and that. And, you know, it was a good place to piss on people.
Oh, God damn.
R. Kelly had the piss. And
That would be a great name. That would be a great name of this
label.
podcast, but we can't do that. So,
great place to piss.
yeah.
Shit, man. Yeah.
Oh, you can say great place to take a wee.
Great place.
That's terrible.
Look, all I know is I don't have any fucking interest. I've stopped watching the NFL. I don't know, like 7-8 years ago. I'm gonna watch this goddamn halftime show. I'm fucking excited as fuck. I don't know what he's gonna do. I think it's gonna be one of them performances we talk about for quite a while afterwards. And I'm also gonna make one bold prediction. I think K-Dot's gonna step on Drake again. If Drake drops on the 14th, I think K-Dot drops a deluxe or some shit that same fucking hour.
Ooh, that's terrible. That's nasty work.
I love it. You know what I mean? Like if you go and hate somebody, you need to hate them to their core and never want them to like step off their fucking neck. You know what I mean?
You mean like 50 Cent and Ja Rule? Okay.
Yeah. Like look.
That's some crazy shit.
Hey, he said he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5, right? But then he also dropped an album. So and then also Mustard said that he still sends K-Dot 5 beats a day.
Yep.
A day.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yes,
he's put it in.
I
was gonna say since we mentioned the Super Bowl and NFL, you guys want to talk about the controversy with the NFL removing some of their sideline information? Like I think at the Chief game, it used to say like no room for hate or like
and racism.
Parroting words, like in racism and stuff like that. But since Felon 47 is going to be going to the Super Bowl, they decided to remove that from the sidelines.
Why are people so fucking punk ass with fucking Trump? Like, you really don't have to be this much of a fucking bootlegger or whatever.
Because he's petty.
Yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, okay, so let's just go on. First of all, Ninja, go ahead. Say what you got to say. I'm sorry.
Is it just me, or I think this is a terrible idea for the commander-in-chief to forego what he's supposed to be doing and go into the Super Bowl? Because most other presidents that I'm aware of, they usually send a message from the White House, like just before the game starts. They watch the game in the comfort of the White House. This time, he's out in public at a huge venue where there's a lot of people that don't agree with him and that wish to see him dead. They've already tried it twice, and he puts himself like possibly in the crosshairs. I know there's going to be a lot of people. I'm aware there's going to be security, but when there's a will, there's absolutely will be a way.
All right, so there's a couple things. Like it was mentioned, before, of like, people bending the knee to Trump, and why are they doing these things? It's financially motivated. Trump has already shown, if you do certain things, I'm going to reciprocate. I mean, look at Elon Musk. Look at all the money that he gave to Trump. Look at how much power he has gained off of this. The amount of power that this man has gained off of maybe 5% of his net wealth is incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. And
let's not forget Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg.
Yeah, all these people, they're all
ABC.
doing it for them because they all know that with all these supposed reductions in government, that the next thing Trump's going to do is going to propose another tax reduction for corporations. It's already at like 20%, and most of these corporations, they don't pay anything, to be clear. And so they're going to reduce it even more, and it's going to save all these companies more money. So all these companies that are removing their DEI stuff and all, like they're literally just saying, "Hey, I want those tax benefits. I want to financially benefit off reciprocating on whatever the fuck you want to do. We don't care. We just want to put profits over anything because they know that if they do that and they can get more profits, that's going to up their stock price. And this is how, our current form of capitalism works. So it's literally infinite profits. And this is the easiest way to do it.
Side note, y'all see that there's
shit. Hold on, you got the peach.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Peach crown. That looks like did you just pour like what's that shit?
A little more. There you go. More of that.
Yeah, did you pour Fireball in there just to make it look like fucking crown?
That's not Fireball.
Yeah. I know it's not. Oh. Fireball syrupy.
Did I hear
Brown
you just say all right now?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he did. He really did. But did
show you right?
That was me. My bad.
Oh man, this is fun.
But did y'all see? Flipping back a little bit, the one of the senators from Arizona wants to abolish OSHA. Like OSHA, which is I thought it was a state-funded thing. OSHA is federal. That is the federal organization. He wants to abolish OSHA, and his bill or writ or whatever is literally like 10 to 12 words long in his fucking bid to get with this. I'm like, what the fuck?
You can't discount it though. Not anymore.
Yeah,
what's really interesting to me is that there's I posted on my Facebook page about like, I guess this is what some of us voted for. This is what you wanted, and then somebody posted, yeah, this is what I wanted. I'm like, bro, you don't even understand what the fuck you're talking about. Like, could you imagine, like, so if I gave anybody, I don't know, let's say 35% of my income, and then all of a sudden next year they want to reduce the amount of goods with that 35% income the next year, and then you're not going to give me anything back for that, that's a problem. And people they don't seem to understand that. Like, all these things that he's doing, it's breaking things right now, and we are literally a cunt hairs away from benefits that will affect seniors, people in the VA, VA disability. This will affect me. This will affect people that are on Medicare, Medicaid. This will affect people that are getting funding. Like when they're talking about going after like the Department of Education, we're talking about people that are in underfunded communities because that's where like most of that shit goes to. Inner city communities. We're talking about people that have disabilities, that are young children. We're talking about children that are getting fed, food from, from schools. We're talking about all those things, and people think that that's just going to be okay. Like, the easiest way to make the crime rate spike is to put more people in poverty. You can ask pretty much any police officer today, why is there crime in America? And if they don't tell you it's poor people, then they're fucking lying to you. And this is gonna make people poor. And they're gonna get poorer and poorer, and shit's gonna be fucked up. And this is what, but you know what they're gonna do? They can make money off of that because what they're already doing is they're using prisons. Yeah, they're building more prisons. We're exporting our prisoners to other countries now, which is amazing.
Yeah. El Salvador, right? Is that like
El Salvador? But we're going to pay them to do that. And then we're also, making Guantanamo Bay bigger. We're going to expand prisons in America bigger. Those are all private companies because most of the prisons in America are private, or at least a lot of them are. But you have to build more facilities. Like these facilities, they don't exist right now. And we already have 2.2 million people in America that are in, the Department of Corrections. So, like, you have to expand that. And it's all to put our tax dollars in the hands of, private corporations. And that's, in my mind, wrong. I want it to go towards, instead of putting it towards enforcing all these, bullshit laws, like a lot of them, not I won't say a lot of them, at least some of them are bullshit. How about we just help poor people? So they're not desperate. They don't have to commit, they don't have to like rob people. They don't have to be desperate to do all these other things that they need to do just to get by. Like, just make it easier for them to live. But they're not going to do that. They're going to make it harder for them to live, to make them criminals. So anyway.
But Cronus, you sound like a left wing. Is that right?
Like, how about the liberal?
A human.
Yeah,
how about being a human being?
That's the thing. Yeah, I'm a human being, and that's the thing is I'm not a Democrat because Democrats, to me, they're too far to the fucking right. I got to be honest with you. And I believe some right wing stuff. I believe in fiscal responsibility, but they're not being responsible fiscally right now. This is not fiscally responsible.
Johnny Silverhands.
Oh,
For those that don't know, Keanu Reeves from goddamn Cyberpunk 2077. He was about that gangsta ass life. He said, "Look, fuck the corpos. I'ma drop a nuke on motherfucking Aracasa," and I'm right there almost. Goddamn it, with Silverhand.
So there's a caveat with Silverhand. How did that work out for him, Prodigy?
Not the best.
He's
worked out pretty well.
He's living
immortal.
forever.
Yeah, he's immortal. His spirit doesn't die. He's been dead for 50 years, and the goddamn future still talks about him.
There we go.
Wait, hold on. I just connected a dot in my brain. He lives forever in the net,
Yes.
so he can go to X videos or Pornhub and like for real.
Yeah.
Not like
Forever.
us.
No.
Yeah,
And-
he's not like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with enough computing
Dun,
power, he
dun,
can
dun.
AI the shit out of almost every
Sure
fucking video.
can.
Johnny won.
Johnny won. Johnny won.
It's
I remember.
terrible.
So I need to go back and play the finished Cyberpunk, but I got to a point where it was still broken. But I got to a
Oh.
point to where you can play as Johnny Silverhand, and goddamn was that fun.
Yeah,
That
That's
pistol that he
crazy.
had was fucking people up with.
I was
Yeah.
literally
Crazy.
replaying it right now.
Nice.
It's
So
great.
I'm
My
probably
favorite
gonna
thing.
get the DLC to replay.
That's why
My
I'm
favorite
replaying
thing
it.
about this game, though, and I'm fucking balls deep in this shit. Do you know I really wasn't trying to fuck nobody necessarily? And holy shit,
The fuck you were.
Hold on.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
this
Yeah,
dude's
hold on.
just
hold on,
obviously
hold on.
lying.
Not necessarily.
I
Hold
know
on,
I'm calling
you
this- I'm
lying.
calling
lying.
bullshit.
I know you
Yeah.
lying.
Wait.
I know you
Wait,
lying.
hold
I
up,
know
wait,
you
wait,
lying.
wait.
You pulled in a felony 47 right
Wait,
now.
just hold up, just wait. All I was doing was minding my fucking business, and I go on this fucking side quest, and here it is. Some fucking pussy just jumps in my goddamn lap and starts fucking me.
It makes it. You know that one meme of
Life is pain, bro. I'm sorry.
What's the name of that?
Yeah.
What was the name of Mr. Burns' little partner that's always with him?
Smithers.
Smithers.
Yeah.
It makes me do that meme of Smithers in the strip club with his head
Yes.
down
Yeah.
and the girl shaking her ass in front of it.
So,
That was Prodigy.
I talked about this when I started playing Cyberpunk when they fixed it. So my character V, sorry.
I was gonna say.
V.
Sorry,
Yeah.
transitioning, bro.
Yeah, my character
You got a
V was
Prius now?
female. No, my character V was female, and so I did the side quest where you can pick up a hooker
Mm-hmm.
of either gender, or I guess you could do a robot too if you really wanted to, like with no face and just a torso. So I picked a dude for my female character, and like, holy shit, seeing sex in first person as a female character fucking blew my head away. I did
you
not
haven't
know
been in
it was
VR.
gonna
Yeah, I was gonna say VR
No,
porn. You're a decade behind, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. I couldn't tell you that experience. Like, I'm like, is this what chicks actually go through? Like, this is kind of terrifying. Like, what the
Man.
fuck? And then when it's over, it's like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Cyberpunk gonna make you fuck something. Like you ain't gonna
Yeah.
get through that whole game without fucking something. There's
Without
gonna be
something.
pussy or dick in your fucking mouth and
Yeah,
face and in your
it was-
pelvis.
It was crazy. It was like the weirdest thing. And the thing is, my character, you can stop at certain points, but I fucked up and kept going. So I was like, what the fuck? I literally used all the money I had. I was like, dude, this is fucking insane. Whoever thought of first person fucking out in the virtual realm just fucked me up all kinds of ways.
So Cyberpunk, you're gonna fuck something. Baldur's Gate. If you
Fuck
play it right,
everything.
you're gonna fuck everything.
Yes.
Mhm.
You
I
Cheers.
fucked a mind flayer. I'm fucking.
Yes.
If you want to fuck, I'm fucking in Baldur's Gate.
yes.
Hey P, have you ever played VR before?
No, never.
Oh
Oh,
man.
bro. Yeah,
It'll
VR
change
porn
your
is,
life.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different.
So
I don't think I'm
So
ready to open that door.
I was doing some research and I was downloading some stuff in VR, and I downloaded a file. I didn't realize what it was until it was too. Not
Look at you
almost
fucking
too late.
lying. Why you always
Napster.
lying?
Anyway, so in this scene, like you're in a washer, you're like in a laundromat, and some dude
Mhm.
walks in. I'm like, okay, this guy, I guess he just here to wash clothes, but he like starts walking towards you. And I'm like, yo, I download. I'm like, that's when I looked down and saw that was a female. I was like, oh nope. I took my headset off. But yeah,
you done downloaded the wrong one.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know how you got to that corner of the internet. But...
Listen, you want to know how I know he's lying?
Me.
This is how I know Blue is lying, because we've been to SVVR together.
Mm-hmm.
And we met. Weren't you there when we met Ella?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So why you fucking lying, bro?
Mm-hmm.
You had the Kink VR fucking headset thing.
Oh, the Kink VR, yeah. But that was a different experience.
That was different.
You were watching.
That was different.
You're watching porn in
Mhm.
VR. This one, you were the female about to get nailed in VR.
Listen, all I know, I keep telling this on this podcast. If y'all heard this before, the first time I met Ella Darling, it was at SVVR, and we had a chance to meet her at the bar that was in the convention center. And so she was like, "Oh yeah, check out this." She's the first VR cam girl. She's cool as fuck, by the way. And so she's like, "Oh yeah, check out this this stuff from Kink VR." And like she had like the cardboard VR headset thing, and we put it on, and I put on this headset, like the thing up to my eyes, and it's literally this chick's ass that was gaped, and somebody was eating cereal out of her ass.
I love it.
And I was like, "Ma'am, we're at a bar." Like, what is it? Like, what the fuck?
Can I have a spoon?
Yeah.
Caveat, addendum, the bar was packed, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So because I left to go to drop something off in my car, and I didn't meet them there when I got there, like I was surprised they even got a seat. They literally crammed in this area because it wasn't just Ella; it was Ella and her like.
Yeah, it was Ella, 5-star, and another dude.
Kavai.
Yeah.
Kavai.
Yeah.
So and plus it was us, so we
Yeah.
shared a table. That's
Yeah,
how
I went
packed
over.
it was.
I ran over there and invited them over to our table, and that's when we just like shot the shit. And they were all
cool. They were
freaking
very
cool, super cool.
Very cool.
I'd be
So
cool
that
too
was-
if people eating cereal out of my ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be cool as hell. You can't walk too fast.
yeah.
People
That
gotta
was
take it
some shit.
easy.
Let's keep it nerdy. Y'all guys watched the new Fantastic Four trailer, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's get some geeky stuff. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
I'll-
This is our fourth Fantastic Four movie, right? Or
50-11.
reboot, or
50-11.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of
yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5.
This wasn't bad at all. The only thing, unless I missed it, I didn't see any Reed Richards stretchy shit.
No,
But everything else.
We're not talking about porn no more, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Oh,
What the fuck?
Give him that storm.
But everything seemed to work and gel. I'm assuming this is in a different universe since it's in the 60s and
yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know for sure. I hope it works. I really like that team. I like the fact that they teased Galactus, which is a great fucking villain, or I don't know, however you want to call him. But I thought this fucking works. I love Pedro Pascal. You know, I hope he fucking knocks it out of the park.
Wait, say his name right, Daddy Pascal.
I'm not calling no other man daddy.
I will
Yeah.
not.
Say his name
Trump
right.
supporters like to call him daddy, which is weird as fuck. But yeah,
That's terrible.
my
Daddy
overall
Trump.
take of the trailer is, I mean, it's very they capture the 60s style, like the Hollywood version of the 60s style, which I think is pretty cool. Then I think one of the problems I have is with the Thing's voice. Like, he doesn't have like that groggly voice that like his throat is made out of rocks. Like, that's one of the problems I have with it. But overall, I thought it looked cool. I mean, I'm not a huge Fantastic Four fan, so I don't know the lore too much, but I mean, it looks like it's going to be good. And like, you know, we don't have like Susan Storm with bleach blonde hair, even though her hair is like a brunette in real life or something like that. Was wearing like blue contacts, like.
Oh
Wait,
my
wait,
God.
you
I
know
knew you
what?
were gonna
It's like,
about
hey,
Jessica
why
Alba.
are you speaking Spanish though?
Wait, Blue, you not gonna come for Jessica Alba like that? Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
it's-
what the fuck? Like,
Not
No,
here.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not Jessica Alba. It's just the
I
fact that
mean-
she had bleach blonde hair and.
look,
Yeah.
Can
I
we talk
think
about how
so.
bad as fuck she was back in the day? I mean, she probably
Yeah.
still is
She's-
bad as
well,
fuck
she's
now.
still
but-
bad.
yeah, I just haven't seen her in a while.
bad.
I remember
What
seeing
show
her
was
in
she
like
on?
stuff.
I don't give a
Oh.
shit.
Shit, Serenity or no?
No,
No,
Gen Six?
she's on the Bad Boys spin-off show. It's her and Gabrielle Union.
no, you are still wrong here. She had a fucking
Yeah.
solo show. What is it called?
I don't know the solo
It
show.
was,
but
it was
she's
like
on
baby
LA
doll.
Fighters.
Wasn't she like a baby
No.
doll or something like that?
It was in my mind until somebody said something, then I forgot
Alright,
about it.
so
Ah, I know
I
she,
gotta-
was
I-
like she was like a
I'm
spy,
gonna-
right? Like a secret
hold on,
agent thing.
let P get in here. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna
P.
bring it back
Serenity.
to
No.
No, not Serenity. I'm gonna bring it back.
Dark
to,
Angel.
We were all.
That's what it was.
Oh my God! Yes.
That's older than LA's Finest. LA's Finest is only a couple years old.
Sorry.
I saw today a picture of Nia Long like last week.
She's still bad as
You
fuck.
want to talk about time
Yeah.
being kind to somebody?
Dude,
Yes.
older than
God
Barry.
damn.
Older than Barry.
That's older than Barry.
Yeah. She aged like.
That's what I was told.
cognac.
It's older than Barry.
So, all right. So I need to say something. This might be controversial, but probably not. I think that as we have all aged, I think our taste in women has also matured. So, like when I'm going to qualify this, when I see some women that just look too young, and I'm just like, not that I'm like revolted, but it's just like you're too young. Like you look like you're like there's a steep drop off. Like if you're like anywhere in like your mid 20s, you're like basically a child to me. And I'm not saying that to be like an asshole, but it's like I'm fucking 45.
Yeah.
But you also have a daughter that's around that age.
Yeah, that's where that's the thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
That one struck right there.
More.
I would say going back to the trailer, I was cool with everything except for Galactus. So the thing about Galactus, he's too small.
Yeah.
He's small.
He varies in size though.
He's a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
He'll be
He's
a lot
very
better
girthy.
by the end
He's
of it.
girthy.
I'm actually hoping so. I hope he is a grower because he's supposed to be a planet devourer, and he's like maybe 4 times as big as the fucking Statue of Liberty, but he's still.
Listen, he is not
The
a
storm is gonna make him get much bigger.
He's not. Yeah, he's not a smoke.
that's-
He's not a
that's so
smoke
bad.
monster. So we made progress. The last one, he was a smoke monster. This
That's
one, he's
true,
an
he was.
actual like thing.
Yeah.
I just know Galactus
Be right
is
back.
real problematic from the standpoint of he is a literal slave owner, and we're going to touch upon that if this movie has a sequel or something. Like it's going to get interesting.
But
Oh, of course.
here's you can't have Galactus without the Silver Surfer.
Yep.
Right? So like,
So-
or vice versa, probably is more accurate. But like, are we going to get some Silver Surfer this movie?
So
We
well,
have-
they casted
Yeah.
they casted
Yeah.
her.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's gonna be a
Right,
female
right.
Silver Surfer.
They casted this female server who is not Norn Rad.
Yep.
She
Okay.
has a different name. So in the comics, I know she had a very, very small run, but in the comics, she was the love interest of Norn Rad.
Yeah.
But she was,
Ooh.
but she was still a herald of Galactus, and so it looks like she's replaced as the same actions as the herald that reaches Earth, but apparently her and Norn Rad could exist in that universe. He's
I
just
hope
not
so.
there. So
Look, I'm just gonna say this again. Silver Surfer is one of the most badass, awesome cosmic
Yes.
Marvel characters of all time. And he's been disrespected so fucking much. I care about Silver Surfer way more than the Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's a
or
tough
anybody
thing to do
else.
on film, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they not as far as portrayed, but I guess visually, I thought they did a really good job with Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba. Like it
It
looked
did look
cool.
good. It
It
did
looked
And-
good
he
for
did
the
look
time.
cool, and
For
he
the
was
time.
voiced by Lawrence Fishburne, which worked out very well. But
Oh, but going back to
Wait, he was voiced by Lawrence Fishburne.
yeah,
I
so
didn't
it's
know
Lawrence
that.
The
Fishburne.
Matrix?
I didn't know that either.
Yes, Morpheus is the voice of Norn
I
Rad.
did not. I did not. I thought it was the guy who played Toad or whatever from the X-Men.
Nah,
movies.
it's
That's
him.
Ray Park, and that
That
guy's
motherfucker
English.
does everything.
But going back to Ben
Yeah.
Grimm real quick, you're right. He is supposed to have a Brooklyn ass motherfucking accent, and it's supposed to be pretty like gruff and like almost comical with that shit. I forgot about that. I hope they lean into it a little bit more because I don't want that situation with motherfucking Chris Pratt playing the goddamn fucking Super Mario and fucking it up with his shitty ass voice acting that y'all let happen.
That movie made $1 billion. That was the
Fuck
highest
that
grossing
movie and fuck Chris
of
Pratt.
2024. Just FYI. Just
He don't
saying.
sound nothing like Super. I know what the fuck Super Mario sounds like, and it don't sound like Chris fucking Pratt. Fuck him.
He sounds racist as fuck. It's a me.
It's me.
So I
It's a
will
matter.
tell you,
Let's
the
go.
dude who's playing Ben
Hello.
Grimm.
Hey, if
Is it-
I
it's an Asian dude.
No, he's not Asian,
No,
dude.
no.
He's
So
from
the
Bear.
dude who's playing Ben Grimm
so
was on The Bear,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
incredible show. Also a very Chicago show. but he's a New York City kid like me. So if
Yeah.
anybody's going to get the accent right, it's this dude.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So give him a shot. I'm just saying, like, we got the trailer, but I think if anybody can pull Ben Grimm off, plus they had him in the trench coat, dude. The Ben Grimm trench coat with the hat.
Yeah, I love it.
That was a bit of a fan service moment, and I respect it.
I love it. And they have the Baxter Building in the fucking trailer. I'm with it. I hope it does well. But let me just say this in my conspiracy ass fucking theory mode. I feel like this trailer dropped to divert attention from the fact that there is almost zero fucking hype for Falcon Captain America.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Hype is low.
I don't see any real hype for this. I really don't. I don't think it's going to do well. I don't wish it to happen because I like that actor. I like fucking Clarence from 8 Mile, but I don't think this is going to do well, man. I really don't.
I'm worried about it. I've already bought a ticket. I'm going night one, but I'm with you, Prodigy. I think this is going to be a concern.
Well, I think the recent trailers that they drop, it has to be a little bit more hype than previous trailers.
I mean, I've seen some hype, but not like it's not like on the level of like Infinity War or Endgame. But I've seen some hype about it, especially the people that were complaining about the last phase and it was too woke and all this stuff. People are like, "Oh, this is more grounded. This is the MCU that used to be." So I see a lot more of that. So I see people more excited that they don't see their DEI Captain America or whatever. They're more excited that they're getting back to basics, as they say. This is what I'm seeing on the net, especially the cesspool that is Twitter X. I mean, a lot of them are more excited about that. But
Twitter X sounds like some porn.
I mean, it's full of porn now.
Have you not?
It sure is. Supposedly.
Supposedly, yeah.
I mean,
don't research purpose only.
Don't you use the platform? Like the first thing you see, no matter every time you log in, is either Elon Musk and some stupid tweet that he had, and then there's fucking ass and titties is like the next feed. Like,
don't forget Food of Friday.
There's no such thing as that. Anyway,
and yeah, his algorithm is not the same as your algorithm.
No, wait a minute. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say N-word Bird will be out on Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure this will do okay. I don't think it'll do spectacular numbers, but I don't think this will hype up enough for what is that? Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts. Those are the three that are out this year.
Thunderbolts got
Did you call it N-word Bird? Is that what you called Falcon?
Yes.
What the? I was confused about that too. Okay.
Yes,
I'm gonna watch it.
They call him N-word
Okay,
Bird,
listen.
but
I'm
I
probably
plan to watch it.
if I have nothing else, 'cause I'm free on Saturday. If I have nothing else going on, I'm gonna watch it. I think that a lot of folks that claim that they're comic book fans, they're mad about Sam Wilson being Captain America, but he's Captain America in the comics. So
this is true.
Like, I don't understand what the big deal is.
But also mad about a comment he made that the actor made
about.
So he basically said that Captain America isn't just about America, and people are like, oh, but then like Chris Evans literally said verbatim the same thing when he played Captain America, and nobody batted eyelash.
Yeah, like Captain America should be saving more than just America. This is not controversial. He should be out there trying to save the world because that's kind of more important. But anyway, even though I know his name is Captain America, but people are just whatever. Anyway,
well, even the movies he like fought against America, like he was against like the whole like what's the name, the Washington Report, or not the
the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah, Sokovia Accords, stuff like that. Like he was against that and became a nomad and fled to Africa. Basically,
yeah. So,
or actually,
yeah.
like in the comics, it's not Sokovia. It's was it Latveria or something? Some other country.
That's where Dr. Doom is from. But yeah, anyway, I'm probably gonna watch it this weekend, just because I want to support Sam Wilson. You know what I mean? It looks interesting enough for me to watch it, so I'm fine with that. But also, there's another movie that's coming out with Ke. God damn it, yes. What's the name of the movie?
Out tomorrow.
And Beast Mode.
Called Love Hurts.
Yes.
With Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch is in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, you
incredible.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It looks so much fun.
Marshawn Lynch is in a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a football player, right?
He literally plays a henchman, and he does his like signature tackle in
Yeah,
the
it's from the
fucking
Bay.
trailer. It's fucking hilarious.
Take
This
my
movie
money.
looks
Shut
fucking
up and
awesome.
take it.
It's
Yeah.
out. It is literally out tomorrow. I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
see this fucking movie
Oh, yeah, it's
tomorrow
got-
night.
What's his name? Short Round in it from
Yeah.
Yeah.
He Kwan. He's the main guy.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
he
so if you don't want to
he's the main
watch
guy.
Captain America, then go watch that instead.
Exactly.
So,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
the-
watching
I'm
that.
going-
That's gonna get my money.
I've already got
Marshawn is a
tickets.
fucking national treasure. I know
He sure
you
is.
know, I like the Bay Area connection and Cal, and obviously, you know, with the Raiders and
Fucking
Seahawks and all that.
Skittles.
But he's just fucking hilarious in everything he does. Everything.
Mm.
There's incredible social media videos of like promo of the star of the movie and Marshawn talking.
Yeah.
And
On the couch.
it is
Yeah. This is
such
hilarious.
entertaining 90 seconds of social media footage
That's
that you
fucking
guys should
amazing.
all see it. But so
So-
I'm going to see Captain America Falcon at the Alamo Draft House.
Oh, nice.
in
Oh, shit.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Even Alamo
Oh, shit.
Draft House, which is
So
great.
they're building a new Alamo Draft House by me. So what I didn't. Well, actually, I did know this. But so Sony acquired Alamo Draft House,
I didn't
and
know.
Nice.
yeah, so the movie chain that used to be there was the Icon Theaters, but they closed down almost 80% of their fucking theaters, and one of them was near at the mall. So Alamo bought the theater at the mall, and it will open up, I think, in the next month. It might even open
Shit.
next Valentine's Day weekend. So I'm super
actually-
fucking excited for that shit.
So I'm actually heading to the Bay in about 12 hours.
Oh,
to
shit.
See my mother-in-law. Yeah, I'm gonna head up to Sunnyvale and see my folks, but like
Oh,
or
shit.
my in-laws. But so what I was saying is like, so I'm gonna see. I already got tickets to see, you know, Captain America, Falcon, whatever, here, and you know they have a full menu, full bar, which is great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And when I bought my ticket, they were like, "Hey, fried chicken either half price or twice price," and I was like, "God damn! Like we can't have nothing in this place." man."
That's
I'll
not
take
bad.
it. I'll take it.
Half price,
Oh,
not
man.
twice price.
The answer is
So-
yes.
Really quickly, going back to what P was talking about, the guy who's on. I guess I've never seen the show, The Bear. Everyone keeps telling me to watch it, but
Dude, it's so
You should
good.
Watch it. It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
I already have enough PTSD that I can't watch that show. Anyway, so he's
I get
already
that.
in a Marvel property. He's in the Punisher.
Oh,
He's,
okay.
he's,
You know that.
he's a guy.
He's
that
like a
helps
secondary
Punisher.
character though. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's basically his man in the chair.
Yeah.
So he's Frank Castle's man in the
Oh.
chair. And
I didn't know that.
what's his name?
I mean,
David Lindbergh or what the fuck's his name?
There's
He's
a lot
a
of people
guy-
in Marvel that's worked two
His
roles.
name is
different roles.
Ivan.
Yeah.
Ivan Moss Barak. He's
Yeah.
an Israeli, but he's from
Oh,
Staten
he's a-
Island. He's a New York City
Okay.
kid.
I'll tell you
So,
what. I'll tell you
he's
what though.
David
That fucking.
Lieberman and the Punisher. There you go.
I'll tell you what. That fucking Daredevil Born Again trailer got me fucking
Can't
hyped.
wait.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait
Wait.
a minute.
Well,
Wait a
isn't it?
minute.
Aren't they
Can't
bringing back the Defenders too? Like, wasn't there like some snippet of them bringing back like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and all that stuff too?
There's rumors of those two, but you will
Jessica
see
Jones.
other
Ooh,
Marvel
shit, for me.
characters. Well, the Punisher's in it, so the Punisher's back in Devil Born Again or Daredevil Born Again. So
All I care about is that sexy ass redhead tall milfy. What
Oh, Baby
f-
Vamp?
shit, Yeah, Baby
Baby
Vamp.
Vamp.
Yeah.
Baby Vamp.
Deborah
Yeah.
something or another.
man,
Yeah.
you put her in
Beat the ball.
anything and I'm gonna lick the screen. God damn it.
Yeah.
God,
I'm going to be real with you guys. Like Jessica Jones, I don't ever want to see that whole thing again. She
What?
had sex with 100 dudes. And didn't take the ball.
and
Oh,
we didn't,
I got
we
it.
didn't see Mary a titty. Not one time. Jessica Jones was the worst sex scenes ever. She was just wearing her little black bra. I was like, get me out of here, man. Like, I'm
Sir.
paying for this.
It's like,
On
you want to see that,
Netflix?
you want to see that titty meat?
Sir, hold
I'm
on, sir.
wanted.
Sir, they broke the bed. They literally broke the bed.
Nah,
Broke
I'm with him.
walls.
I'm with him. If we gonna see titty meat, we gonna see titty meat. If
But
there ain't no titty meat, then what are we doing?
But then
Yeah,
again,
why-
I think
Why am I
in
here?
all of
Why am I
those,
here?
in
Had it
all of
been
those series though,
Cyberpunk?
there was no nudity.
Yeah, the closest
Had
we
it
got was
been
Misty Knight.
Cyberpunk,
Misty
we-
Knight
we'd
got
have been
really
titties
close.
everywhere.
there
Yeah,
would have
but
been titties and ass everywhere.
No,
They
no,
give you a titty in
lied.
Cyberpunk
No,
90
you lied.
seconds into the game.
You
There's
lied.
been a titty on the wall.
Hold
on
on.
the bed.
If it were Cyberpunk, you would have seen dildos everywhere. Not necessarily titty meat. Dildos.
There would have been both.
Every room.
Both.
Every room.
Both.
Dildos.
Every room.
Every room would have dildos. If you look at Cyberpunk, almost every room you go into has fucking dildos on the floor, the bathroom, on the counter, on the screen. They're everywhere. Everywhere.
Shit is real, Night City. Old Ninja. Shit is real, Night City. I don't know what you want.
Look, Night City smells like motherfucking ass lube. You know what I mean? Like it just does. It's like
God dang.
Astroglide, like and regret and cigarettes.
You're smelling your PS5, trying to get booty sweat.
I'm just saying, man. Like I'm deep in that Night City.
It's the dual sense controller. Just kicks out a little Badussi every so often.
Oh my
But
God. God.
Jumping back to Jessica Jones, we did get thick Trinity from Matrix.
Oh yeah, Thick Hogarth. Oh yeah.
Hogarth, she was fucking everybody too. She was getting everybody.
I'm not a nipple to be found.
Yeah,
not a nipple to be found. And Trinity's old ass can still get dick down. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh yeah.
It's been true since 1999, and it's still true in 2025. It's a quarter of a century later. She can still get dick down. So
yeah, try to stay live in 2025.
She got thick just like Nelly Furtado.
So let me tell you something.
Avocados, goddamn.
I got into the biggest argument I may have ever gotten into with my wife over that because I was like, shit. God damn. And that didn't go well. But, look, I meant what I said. I said what I meant. Oh, no.
Sometimes you can't control a natural reaction.
That came from like deep in here. That goddamn came from way below where a normal goddamn comes from.
I feel it. Hey, the same thing happened to us too, so we feel you. We feel
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be. Don't. You shouldn't be. Be proud.
Goddamn, this is fucking awesome, Pete. We're gonna have to. You invited to like all of them. I know we got a bunch on the list, but I gotta wrap. Or
I think
y'all want to keep it going.
I think we covered almost everything. Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Okay.
Well, we didn't, but it's all right.
Yeah.
There's plenty of shit. No. It's okay.
One day.
Yeah.
All right.
We come back and we can. It's part of the whole Gish Gallop thing. Like, there's plenty of other shit that happened in America that it's a lot, and this would be like a very long podcast. We talk about all of it, and all the other stuff I want to talk about.
By next week, who knows?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Tomorrow.
Let me give you my slight prediction of what's going to happen for the next probably month or two. I predict there's going to be at least 3 different crazy things that's going to get announced a day for at least the next month. A day.
Oh,
a day.
Mm-hmm.
At least 3.
At least 3.
Yeah, and it's even easier now because you have our current president who's going to just announce crazy shit, and then you have Elon just doing other crazy shit. So basically, it's easy to double up on that. You know what I mean? So they can just do 1.5 crazy shit between the two.
And you got like random senators all over the state.
Yeah,
doing crazy shit like one pitch state and Mount Olympus.
This is like this is a point I wanted to get to. I want to get your thoughts on this, of like why the Republicans are not responding to any of the crazy shit that Trump is doing, or sorry, that Elon's doing, especially. And I think the main reason why they're not responding to anything, why they're not trying to hold him accountable, is because it helps them.
Yep.
100% helps them. Because this dude doing all this crazy stuff, they're doing things that they wanted to do anyway, but he can just do it without any sort of accountability. If any one of those senators wanted to vote on anything that he's doing, like, defunding the Department of Education, defunding, USAID, defunding, Medicare, Medicaid, these are all things that they all want to do. But they know that if they did that, it'd be political suicide. And so they're just gonna be like, no matter what, they're always gonna vote to keep this guy non-accountable. So like, I think today they had a vote of like having Elon Musk to come to Congress to like actually be held accountable. All the Republicans said no, because they're doing their bidding and he has no accountability.
Such a fucking shit show watching that.
Yeah,
watching him like turn down, like bringing Elon in to basically answer to Congress. They're like, and Republicans are like, no, we don't need to do that. Basically, it was like,
I will bet you he will prolong it for at least 2 months. He's going to be like, oh yeah, I'll be there. I can't make it here and there.
No,
he won't show up there.
He doesn't. No. He doesn't have to. The Republicans already said that he doesn't need to come.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
Right.
All right,
I think
P, what you got popping this week? God damn it!
so. I'm heading to the Bay tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll be there till Sunday. So I'm just gonna be doing Chinese New Year shit with my in-laws and like
Awesome.
Yeah.
trying to make it happen. And then you hopefully get home in time for the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Are you bringing your own spy, or what are you doing?
I mean, I have 2 children, so technically between half and half, I've made one whole spy.
Yeah, okay, there you go. There you go. Okay.
That's just math.
Is your wife a spy? Is your wife a spy? Is that what's going on here?
She was born in Stanford Hospital, so she might
okay.
be a spy maker.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Is she by spy?
By spy?
unfortunately not. I wish.
I was trying to make it happen.
So yeah, I'm going to the Bay, and then next week, hopefully trying to survive the tundra. Chicago is there's like an ice storm right now, like literally as we speak. It's like raining and freezing, so it's like crazy icy. So as long as I can survive next week, I'm gonna be all right. But that's it for me.
It's raining here in the Bay, so you're gonna come here and it's gonna be just water everywhere.
Better
It's
than
a nice
ice.
day, but
Better
it's
than
gonna rain
ice.
tomorrow.
Well, you're in the South Bay. It's not as bad in the South Bay, so you'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll be in the South Bay all weekend.
You'll be,
But
you'll
yeah,
be all right.
that
You're already 30 minutes south of here. It's gonna rain there too.
Yeah, but not as nearly where you are, because I'm by where you are. It's been raining. Down in the
No,
South Bay, because I work in the South Bay. It's
I
like
don't know
mostly
what this
it's like
rain thing
sprinkling.
is y'all talking about.
yeah.
I've never heard of rain.
Oh,
It never rains in Southern California. That's
They
why.
give water to the desert. They give water
Yeah.
to the desert.
mm-mm.
It's like some Dune shit.
Good shit. Yeah, we gotta do some more gaming, me and UP.
Yeah,
Espe-
man.
especially if you down for fucking some bears online. So let me know.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. You gotta get
Fucking
context.
bears
He's
are-
talking about Baldur's Gate 3. I'm just saying. He's not talking about fucking
right.
literal bears.
I done
Yeah.
fucked
See-
all the bears.
Yeah.
That's why I can't watch the show The
Oh,
Bear.
bro.
That show's just confusing to me. It's like, what is this show really about?
This is so hilarious. So I guess both you guys are gay because that's a double meaning right there.
Damn.
Was it the electric cars that did it, or I don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you started with a a hybrid, then
Yeah,
that's how you start.
Gay,
slippery slope. Yeah, slippery slope.
All right, old Ninja, what you got popping this week?
So I'm gonna see this 100%. I'm going to see Love Hurts with Short Round or Ki Hu Kwan. Actually, you know who
What
else
was the
is
name
in
of
this
the
movie? His name in the Goonies was Data. They call him Data.
Yeah,
Oh,
Data.
okay.
Data from Star
Uh,
Trek?
No, from the
he's-
Goonies,
Data.
goddamn it!
Data.
What the fuck are you
Goonies.
listening?
So you
They
know
had a
who
Data
else-
in Star Trek. Don't act like
They
didn't
sure
put
did.
no
They
Data.
did, but he
but
he
they
said
have a little
Goonies.
Asian kid unit. Anyway, who else? The other guy who's in this movie is what's his name? Freaking Stokes, Mariah Stokes.
Oh, that's a good actor. I like that dude.
Bushmaster. He's in this movie, so he's
Say it
awesome.
ain't right.
Yeah, but I'm seeing this fucking movie this weekend, one way or another, 100%. Also, be on the lookout. Our Twitch channel. It's either going to be me and Prodigy or just me. The Monster Hunter Wilds second beta or second round of beta releases tomorrow. We're going to be twitching out some stuff. It'll either be one or both of us, but we will have some content on there to see so you can get a feel about Monster Hunter. There also will probably be another guy joining us. He's new to Monster Hunter. He's been very interested in it. We're probably going to show him the ropes. He missed the first round of the beta. He's very excited to try it out because he's interested in buying, and he's probably going to hunt with us when we start playing. Very excited. So we're probably going to have him be his
Nice.
tutorial for the weekend.
I ain't showing that dude shit. He's gonna sharpen his hammer on his own.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. You do you. Anyway, but it's gonna be fun. Just keep a
Oh,
lookout on our Twitch. Look for some Monster Hunter Wild stuff. I'm gonna be playing. I'll be definitely watching the Super Bowl because I have to work during the Super Bowl, but it's fine. It's gonna be
No,
interesting.
what are you talking about? You can't watch it when you work. You gotta work, motherfucker. Don't be watching that
I'll
shit.
be working. So we have plenty of TVs that cover the whole area where I work, so it's going to be on everywhere. So I can work and watch at the same time. It's
I'm
fine.
working too, but
Multitask.
yeah.
Yeah, multitask. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna have a TV by your workstation.
But I'm not. My job is very laid back compared to yours.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
But we do have planned a laid back day. But yeah, I'm gonna watch this movie, do some Monster Hunter Wild, definitely watch the Super Bowl. I'm waiting. I can't wait to see what Kendrick's gonna do. I think he's gonna surprise the entire country with whatever the fuck he's gonna do. I can guarantee he's gonna diss Drake one way or another, whether it's a huge diss or just like a sneak diss. We'll see.
Presence this year.
Everybody's be dressed up.
Yeah,
like
his
Al.
presence does. Yeah.
Yeah. Watch him show up in the tuxedo again. That'd be great. And then I'm still sneaking in some GTA 5, trying to finish this game before the end of next month.
Bro,
We'll see
you're from last decade, bro. Like, I
Yeah,
understand what you're
exactly.
doing.
I know,
rid of
but
that
I've never played the game until now. So there you go.
Get rid of that yee ass haircut. All right, Cronus, what you got?
What do I got going on? I'm trying to secure a date. God damn it! That's what I've been typing all night. I'm just saying.
Oh, you've been
Yeah, I'm still fucking
sexting.
working on it. I guess.
Sexting.
But, no, not sexting. We're not anywhere
You
near
sent
that.
a
but-
dick pic during
yeah.
this?
Yeah, that's great. Why think I got up to go? You know.
God damn.
Can I go? Actually, honestly,
Make sure you
I'll
say
be
it, make
honest
it
with
look
you.
bigger.
Let me tell you the secret, all you dudes out there. First of all, don't be creepy if you're on dating sites.
Good rule.
Honestly, like I was getting like nothing on dating sites, and so I literally put in my first sentence, "I will not send you a dick pic," and then all of a sudden it was the fucking cheat code. And I was like, all right, now people are like messaging me. I was like, all right,
Crazy.
you
because
go.
this happens all
Just
the
don't wanna
time.
pay- pussy
Like
pics.
almost everyone
That's
that
the
I've
game
talked to.
genie.
Yeah, almost everyone that I've talked to has been like, yeah, dudes send dick pics all the time. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this is, like, don't get me wrong. I've sent a dick pic to people that I know. Like, not like some complete ass stranger. You know what I mean?
Hopefully not me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
like, to open up my fucking these messages now.
yeah,
What the
it's
fuck?
like I would never send a dick pic to somebody that I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy. Without consent, you know, there needs to be consent. But yeah, people are just dudes are wild. I will just say that.
Look, Ella showed you a VR picture of someone eating gaping ass cereal out of her
Yes,
ass. It's
she
not just the
did.
dudes. We all freaks.
Yeah, that's true.
What
Well,
cereal
I
was
was
it? It
drinking the
like
old
Fruit Loops,
fashioned.
right?
Yeah. What?
What cereal was it? Was it Fruit Loops,
That's
right?
exactly
I
the
think it was
question
Fruit
I
Loops.
about to ask.
I'm pretty sure it was Fruit Loops. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember
Yeah.
being Fruit Loops.
That's not what I would have guessed.
Yeah. You're thinking like Cocoa Pebbles?
I was thinking Captain
Raisin
Crunch.
Bran. Raisin Bran.
No,
I thought
that's
Captain
too.
Crunch.
Captain
That
Crunch?
would,
Oh, that okay.
that would tear up the
Yeah.
lining of the butthole. You need something like that's.
I think it's already been torn up, sir.
Yeah. The damage has been done.
I'm
Yeah.
shit.
That is
That's-
true.
The
Wait.
Terrans.
Wait, show you right.
That shit was wild. Oh my god. Anyway, other than
That's so many
that,
questions.
I'm going to go to. This is like total opposite direction of like this conversation. This is a 180, not a 360. 180. All right. So I'm gonna go to a Valentine's Day dance with my daughter on Friday. So,
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah. So
great.
that'll be fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That should be real fun.
I might be there with my daughter. Let me. I think I might have a ticket. So I
Oh,
might
thank
see you
God! If
there.
you go, that'll make it like much better. Yeah. Dealing
Yeah,
with
I
like
thought-
little kids, like
Yeah,
it's
isn't
cool
it-
with my kid,
isn't it-
but you know.
Isn't it a daddy-daughter event or something? Something like that?
Well, they have
Just
to be
everybody.
they have to be accompanied by
okay.
I almost said a major, like a parent.
Oh, I thought it was a daddy.
yeah.
I thought it was like a dad, like
Over
a daddy-daughter
curls
dance.
only.
Those are the
Yeah,
best.
yeah. No, because I was thinking
That's
like
awesome.
minors, because they're minors and majors. That is just stupid. But yeah, it'll be fun. Honestly, it'll be really cool for me personally because I missed all of my oldest daughter's like daddy-daughter dances. So this will be like my first one because she lived in a different state when she was of that age. So that sucked missing those. So yeah, I even got like it's funny because like I went out last weekend and like bought like fancy clothes because I was supposed to go on a date last week, but also I knew I was gonna do like a Valentine's Day thing.
There you go.
And she was just like, why are you buying these clothes? And I was just like, well, you know, I need some. I don't have clothes that fit me that are like fancy anymore. And now it's good to see that this is for that. I got some Stacey Adams for the first time in my entire life.
Look at you.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Punk
goodness.
status.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a
Did
cane
you
too, like a
get-
pimp. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Prodigy, can you drop a bottle of Crown Royal off at his place at some
Yeah.
point between now and then, please?
Yeah.
In the purple bag, if you would.
Yeah.
Right? With the
purple bag.
velvet purple.
Oh, the velvet purple.
Damn. All right, that's all I got.
You put your change in it after you're done, though, which is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blue,
Don't drop
what you
off
got?
baby oil.
Baby oil.
35 bottles.
For me, I'm catching up on shows. So right now, I just finished episode 3 of Squid Games,
Nice.
and yeah, this show is definitely
so good.
a lot better than the first one. I mean, the first one was like game changing, but this one is like, how are you guys gonna top a show that was so well done? Oh, I know how.
They're just gonna throw in Thanos, literally Thanos.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
Oh, shit.
I got
God
introduced to
damn.
Thanos in the red light green light game, and I'm like, yo, and when he was rapping, I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, he's rapping too.
I'm sorry, but him rapping, I wasn't sure if he was fucking serious, so I was fucking laughing. But he was
That shit
serious.
was hilarious.
So I know I'm gonna get shit for this, but like I watching it dubbed, and when he started rapping, I had to go back and listen to it like in Korean, just for it to make more
He
sense.
speaks English a lot, though.
Yeah.
Like, a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm catching up on Squid Game. Season 3 of Invincible drops tomorrow, which
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm fucking
man.
excited about.
I forgot
God
about
dang it.
Wait, what's
Yeah,
season 3?
so
What does?
season 3 of Invincible drops
Oh,
tomorrow.
gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that because I binge watched season 2 because I
That
never got
show
around
is
to watching it, and
incredible.
season 2 was really good. But the fact that like his dad comes back and there's like all this fucking drama that's going on, it's fucking crazy. I'm also watching Harley Quinn on HBO Max. Do you watch Harley
Nice.
Quinn P on HBO?
No,
or
I'm
Max?
I'm way behind,
Oh,
but
man,
I've
it's so
watched
fucking
some
good.
and I loved it.
It's
so
so,
good.
goddamn hilarious. I love watching that show. So I'm watching that show as well. There's another show I'm trying to catch up on. Excuse me. Solo Leveling. Like I'm getting into that show.
So
So I'm
good.
only in season 1,
So
so I'm trying to
good.
catch up on that. I'm also catching up on I know the show's over. At least I think it's over, right? Attack on Titans.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
over.
that's over.
So yeah, I'm watching the final season of that because like the last episode I watched was when the Titans were like breaking through the walls of the castles and like storming straight ahead. I was like, oh shit, what the hell's going on? Like I need to finish this up. But I'm watching that, and then also there's a remake of Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai X that just dropped on Netflix. So I think there's like 10 episodes already on Netflix for that series. But it dropped on Crunchyroll like a while ago, so I've been watching that because that's like one of my favorite animes of all time. Like, I have a thing for mechs and samurais with swords. Like, that's my go-to when it comes to fucking anime. Like, Inuyasha, fucking Robotech. You got your Gundams. You got Techno Man. Like all these different shows with like either mechs or samurais is just always up my alley. So, and with Rurouni Kenshin, I really got into that because during the time when you could pirate it stuff, like that was like one of the shows that I pirated the entire fucking series and literally would binge watch that like all night long. So it's kind of cool to watch that show all over again. But other than that, that's about it for me for now.
Good shit. You know me, I'm gonna fuck with some more Night City, you know, food of fucking, you know what I mean, all that good stuff. There's going to be, I'm definitely gonna watch some Kindred on Sunday at the halftime show. And other than that, man, hopefully I'll see Kronos on Friday at that you know, elementary school dance or whatever. And that's it, man. I just we really appreciate you, P. This was fucking fun, man.
Yeah, so it's fun.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Real quick, we had to beat the BTI. I think we can end the show on this. Who do you think will win, quarterback wise, this Sunday? Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes? This is a beat the BTI for Warrior Family.
K-Dot, for sure.
K-Dot wins. Yeah, he's throwing touchdowns.
Mhm.
My mind is on Taylor Swift. All right, there you go.
God dang. God
I'm
dang.
going for the underdog.
P, you got a prediction?
The military industrial complex.
So that means Kansas
Patrick
City.
Mahomes.
Yeah, that's Kansas
Yeah,
City.
Patrick
So yeah.
Okay. My vote is for Beyonce because I'm feeling she's gonna be there. So.
There you go.
The Swiss booth. So Beyonce, which we didn't even talk about. We totally skipped.
Cowboy Carter.
Yeah. All right.
Cowboy, my husband
So-
cheated with a whole bunch of females, and he's going to be part of the PDD
Hey,
scandal.
yo.
That should be the name of the album.
That's terrible. Anyway, Use its experience, Black in the Black times Infinity.
Infinity.
Dankest podcast on the internet, without a doubt. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with Beating Into BTI. That's BTHAN BTI. Anywhere you consume your podcast. If you're listening to us via audio, just know we go live every Wednesday night, 8:30 Pacific time ish, on YouTube and simultaneously on Twitch. So you can watch us on Twitch and YouTube live. You can ask us questions and be part of the conversations. We've been interacting a lot more with our Discord account because we have a Discord server. You can email us at beatinbdi@gmail.com if you want to be a part of the discussion. And if you have stuff for us you want to talk about on a Wednesday, you can add that to the Discord and whatnot. It's been lively in the last week, so it's been great. So there you go. Oh, and then our official website, benhatproductions.com/beatinbti.
Sorry, it's benhatproductions.squarespace.com/beatinbti.
Oh, shit.
I still got to fix that.
Shit.
So
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
it was fixed a
There you
long
go.
time ago, but I got to fix it again.
Okay, there you go. Squarespace.com/beatinbti.
Ski.
Rod this bitch.